But yeah, we'll work on that tomorrow, I'd say, huh? Okay, guys, I'm gonna take 5 here, and then we'll get into it, dude. There is a lot of stuff, and apparently the tank farm is venting right now. But I have some pictures that you're gonna want to see. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So give me about. I'll take a quick break this time. So EJ's Space and Rocket review. I hope you enjoyed that Wings Wednesday. That was fun. We'll work on it more tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do Kerbal after Space News tomorrow, and then actually no, we'll play Kerbal and then we'll play Satisfactory. Nervavid, please. Oh, okay. If you insist. Okay. I'll be back in a second.
Closest neighbor to Earth. Presently the focus of man's greatest scientific adventure, the first celestial body that will be explored by man. Landing men on the moon will be a truly great achievement, but only the beginning of a new era in space exploration. No one can predict the exact missions that will follow in the years and decades ahead. But the most exciting possibilities will require the acceleration and deceleration of very heavy loads, such as the maneuvering of large Earth-orbiting spacecraft. The transportation of large amounts of equipment and supplies to the lunar surface, and the sending of heavy spacecraft to the planets. Today's missions are being accomplished with rockets that burn chemical fuels. But chemical fuels are heavy, and the cost of putting each pound into Earth orbit is very high. Nuclear rockets, when perfected, can provide the same propulsion energy with less overall weight. They will expand our ability to explore space. This is the story. This is Saturn V, the most powerful launch vehicle being built by the United States. A 3-stage rocket that will place the Apollo spacecraft in the vicinity of the moon. The total weight of Saturn V is about 6 million pounds. Its 3 stages have chemical engines that burn fuel to generate thrust. The first and second stages provide most of the energy needed to put the third stage and the payload, about 250,000 pounds, into Earth orbit. At present, only chemical rockets can provide the high thrust needed to do this job. third stage accelerates the payload to the velocity needed to get it to its destination. Here, travel time and payload weight are determined by the efficiency with which the propellant is converted into thrust. By substituting a nuclear third stage for Saturn V, the velocity of a given payload can be greatly increased, cutting travel time for some missions in half. This is particularly important in sending deep space probes to Jupiter and beyond. Or if shortening travel time is not essential, propellant weight can be traded off for an increased payload weight. This is important for a lunar supply mission, Earth orbital operations, and some unmanned missions to the planets. Why is the nuclear rocket so much better than the chemical rocket? In rocket propulsion, exhaust velocity determines propulsion efficiency. At a given temperature, the lighter the exhaust gas, the higher the exhaust velocity. And the higher the exhaust velocity, the more thrust is generated for each pound of propellant consumed per second. The nuclear rocket merely heats hydrogen, the lightest element of all, and expels it at tremendous velocity. Chemical rockets burn fuel to produce exhaust gases that contain heavier elements. So at the same exhaust temperature, the exhaust velocity is much lower, and each pound consumed per second produces less thrust. Rocket efficiency is stated in seconds of specific impulse. This refers to the time in seconds that 1 pound of propellant will deliver 1 pound of thrust. The higher the seconds of specific impulse, the greater the propellant economy. Our best chemical rockets of today are limited to a specific impulse of about 450 seconds, and only slight improvement can be expected. On the other hand, full-scale nuclear reactor tests have achieved 800 seconds, and laboratory tests promise even more, perhaps as much as 900 seconds. This means the nuclear rocket, with its lightweight, high-velocity exhaust, will use propellant about twice as efficiently as chemical rockets. This, then, is the principal advantage of nuclear propulsion.
It was at the AEC's Los Alamos Scientific Laboratory, high in the mountains of New Mexico, that the first steps were taken. Here, in the mid-1950s, scientists set about to determine if nuclear energy really could be used to provide rocket propulsion. Theoretical studies and early experimental work revealed many problems that would have to be solved. Problems in reactor design, material, radiation, structures, control, to name but a few. The nuclear rocket was found to be feasible. A series of experimental reactors was planned to convert theory into workable hardware. Optimum reactor designs were worked out by analysis. Prototypes were built. A comprehensive test program was started. These reactors, called Kiwi, were to be used to prove out design and operational concepts. They would be built only for ground testing. All Kiwi power tests took place at the Nuclear Rocket Development Station at Jackass Flats, Nevada. Here in the desert, scientists and engineers checked the actual performance at various power levels and for various time periods. Each experimental Kiwi reactor was received in sections, assembled and checked out in a special reactor maintenance, assembly, and disassembly building called simply RMAD. When the reactor was ready for testing, it was placed nozzle up on a special rail car and delivered to the test stand a mile or so away. This car could be controlled from a remote station. Liquid hydrogen from nearby storage tanks was pumped through the reactor. First tests were begun in 1959 and were run to the 100 megawatt level, about 1/10 of Kiwi's ultimate goal of 1,000 megawatts. Later tests, beginning in 1962, operated at the full 1,000 megawatts. Films of these early tests show the flaming torch on the test stand that burns off the hydrogen exhaust gas and prevents an explosion hazard to the test facilities. Upon completion of these tests, each reactor, by then radioactive, was transported by remote control back to the RMAD building for disassembly and inspection. Here, men working behind shielded walls used remote-controlled manipulators to remove the components for careful checking and analysis. Each test firing added information that helped scientists evaluate the reactor's performance and enabled them to make adjustments and corrections before the next reactor was assembled. But not all tests showed perfect performance. In this one, for example, the flashing in the exhaust gas indicated a structural breakup caused by excessive vibration. Extensive redesign and testing were needed to correct the flaw. And in this test, a hydrogen leak caused a fire on the test stand. Again, a correction was made. Each test brought the scientists a little closer to the performance they were seeking, until finally, in September 1964, the 8th Kiwi reactor was brought up to full power and held for 8 minutes. And a few weeks later, it was restarted and operated at full power for 2.5 minutes. Specific impulse, about 750 seconds. This concluded the Kiwi test series. It had proved that a nuclear reactor could be built that would power a spacecraft.
The next step, already underway, was to develop complete engine technology. This project was called NERVA, Nuclear Engine for Rocket Vehicle Applications. It was to be a combined industry-government effort headed by the Space Nuclear Propulsion Office, a joint NASA and Atomic Energy Commission activity. The principal contractors were to be Aerojet General Corporation and Westinghouse Astronuclear Laboratory. The NERVA technology reactor, given the letter designation NRX, was essentially the same as Kiwi, but now the contractors had to extend its lifetime and put it into an engine configuration. Here is how the nuclear rocket engine will work. The reactor is a solid core, heat exchange type, cylindrical in shape. Fission of uranium atoms in the core is the source of heat. A reflector made of beryllium surrounds the core. The core consists of many graphite elements impregnated with the uranium-235 fuel. The core contains a number of channels running down its length. Hydrogen passing through the channels picks up heat generated by the fission process. The channels are coated with niobium carbide, a material which resists the corrosion that would occur if the hot hydrogen were allowed to come into direct contact with the hot graphite. The hydrogen is stored in a liquid state to achieve the lowest possible volume. The flight model will use about 1/3 of a million gallons for a 30-minute firing. To start the engine, the cold liquid hydrogen at minus 420 degrees Fahrenheit moves through a pump down to the nozzle, through internal passages in the nozzle walls, and back up inside the reactor pressure shell and reflector. This cools the nozzle, the reactor shell, and the reflector, and at the same time warms the hydrogen. The hydrogen then passes through the hot fuel elements where it is heated to about 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. From there it is expanded through the nozzle to provide thrust. The bleed line carries some of the hot hydrogen back to drive the turbo pump. The whole engine system is amazingly compact for a nuclear power source. The reactor works through fission of uranium-235, which constantly emits nuclear particles called neutrons. When reflected back toward the reactor, these particles will set up a chain reaction, generating terrific heat. The heat is controlled by rotating rods installed in the beryllium reflector around the reactor. The rods are also made of beryllium, but one side is coated with boron, which absorbs neutrons. Initially, the rods are turned so the boron side is toward the fuel elements, and sufficient neutrons are absorbed to prevent nuclear fission from starting. Beryllium reflects neutrons. By turning the beryllium side toward the elements, a point is reached where sufficient neutrons are reflected for fission to begin. The amount of heat produced depends upon the position of the rods. Heat increases as more of the beryllium side turns toward the core. When the desired rate of heat production is reached, the rods are turned back to stabilize it. Heat decreases as the rods are turned back. When the boron side absorbs enough neutrons to halt the fission process, heat is no longer generated. These rods can be operated by remote control.
Test facilities for engine components were built near Sacramento, California. The problem? Get adequate performance with minimum weight. The pump must move huge quantities of liquid hydrogen under pressure at minus 420 degrees Fahrenheit, while the hydrogen-cooled nozzle must expand high-pressure gaseous hydrogen at 4,000 degrees to low pressure. The reactor was designed to meet the structural requirements of ground handling, launch, and spaceflight. In a late 1965 test, it operated intermittently for an hour, including 16 minutes at full power. But in that test, as in all reactor tests before it, the hydrogen had been forced through the reactor by test stand pumping facilities instead of its own turbine-driven pump. In early 1966, the new technology reactor and the chief engine components, including the turbo pump, were assembled for test. It was called a breadboard because they were not arranged as they would be in an actual engine. It would be the first self-starting test, and it was a vital step in the nuclear propulsion concept. This engine test model started perfectly and increased to full power, proving that a nuclear rocket could be started by its own pump. During a 2-month period, it was started and stopped 10 times and operated at different power levels for a total of 110 minutes, 28 minutes at full power. It was started and stopped 10 times and operated at different power levels for a total of 110 minutes, 28 minutes at full power. Stopped 10 times and operated at different power levels for a total of 110 minutes, 28 minutes at full power. Technology had now advanced to the point where performance limits could be extended. Work was already underway to increase reactor power and operating time. In February 1967, this reactor, the Phoebus 1B, was operated at a power level roughly equivalent to 75,000 pounds of thrust. And in December 1967, this reactor, the NRX A6, was operated at full power for an hour. Also in 1967, a new test stand was completed that would permit a test engine to be fired nozzle down into a vacuum chamber below, at least partially simulating the space environment. In early 1968, the first ground test engine was mounted in the new stand. Its success was a new milestone along the long road leading to a flight engine. Heavy shielding was used in this test engine to protect some of the components from intense radiation. In flight engines, all components will be radiation hardened and less shielding will be needed. These tests will complete the technology for a nuclear rocket engine for application to space missions of the late 1970s and beyond. Its thrust will be approximately 75,000 pounds. For missions that require higher thrust, 2 or more of these engines may be used in a single stage, or several engine stages may be assembled side by side. This versatility will give us the capability to perform a variety of advanced missions.
Someday, a manned trip to Mars and return may become the mission assignment. Exactly how it would be carried out depends upon a number of factors. But here is one way it might be done with nuclear rocket propulsion, using the technology developed for earlier missions. Using several Saturn V launch vehicles, components of the huge spacecraft would be placed into Earth orbit and assembled. Separate nuclear stages might be provided for each major step of the mission. The first stage might consist of 3 clustered rockets for departure from Earth orbit. 2 other nuclear stages consisting of 1 engine each would be used in the vicinity of Mars. The first stage cluster fires to accelerate the spacecraft to the velocity needed to get to Mars in the time that was decided upon, say 200 days. At burnout, the first stage cluster is jettisoned and goes into orbit around the sun. Mid-course correction is made by chemical rockets. About 200 days later, the space vehicle approaches Mars. There it is slowed down by a single nuclear rocket and enters an orbit around the planet. The used second stage is put into a higher Mars orbit than the space vehicle. A chemically powered module departs for the planet's surface. For the first time, men from Earth will set foot on another planet. For the return trip, the module is lifted by chemical power back into a Mars orbit, where it docks with the main space vehicle. The men transfer to the main craft and jettison the module, leaving it in an orbit around Mars. A third nuclear rocket accelerates the vehicle for the return trip. And it is jettisoned. Again, mid-course correction is made chemically. Just before reaching the vicinity of Earth, the crew transfers to a re-entry vehicle and jettisons the large spacecraft. Chemical rockets slow down the vehicle to re-entry speed, and they are jettisoned. After deceleration through the atmosphere, the re-entry vehicle returns to the Earth's surface by parachute. A trip to Mars and back, for centuries a dream of earthbound men, is now much closer to reality. Of course, there are many, many other problems to be solved before such advanced space missions can be attempted. Life support systems for extended space journeys, for accurate space navigation, communication systems, power supplies, and so forth. But any successful advanced mission must begin with propulsion, the power to get there and back. lower overall weight, larger payloads, shorter travel time. These are the chief advantages of nuclear propulsion. The technology needed to build a nuclear rocket is well advanced. It will be available when this nation determines its next great objective in space.
I hate this video. Yeah. Why did you make me watch this? Why did you make me watch this? What year was that? 1967. Yep. Did the Soviet Union have a nuclear engine project? I don't know, Morton. I don't think so, but maybe. They may have. It's okay. It's okay. We're getting back to it. I gave you an alternative. Because it's a good video. Yep, 900-second specific impulse. Tessa, it'd probably be a little bit less than the J2. Probably, like, I don't know, 200-300 kilonewtons. But it can burn literally for 28 minutes straight. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. So what they were going to do is they were going to take the Saturn V's third stage and make it nuclear powered. And then that way the S-4B could basically take cargo to and from the moon. Yeah. And then you could refuel it. Or just dispose of it and it'll burn up in the atmosphere. No problem. Time is rollout tomorrow, 5. "800-second specific impulse swish." Yeah, double what our best engine can do right now. Yeah, nuclear is... "5 p.m. Wasn't this program restarted by Jim Bridenstine?" Yeah, more or less. More or less, but it's been silent for a little while, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows what Puddin' Nelson is doing? I don't know. So... fellas, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Do you know why it's okay? Do you know why it's alright? I'll show you why it's alright. That's why it's okay. That's why it's okay. Why roll out when it's going to be dark? It's not going to be dark at 5 p.m. in Florida. Yeah, they canceled the... NERVA program got canceled with the Apollo program, guys. Do you think SpaceX are working on some type of nuclear propulsion? Don't know. SLS, how often are Earth and Mars at the closest points? 26 months. The next transfer opportunity is this year. Late this year. I thought it would be because of the treaty that prevented nuclear material of substantial size to be launched into orbit. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that probably didn't have anything to do with it, but it's kind of stupid because it's really easy. Like that, you can't use that nuclear material to make an explosion, Pythos. So they should have put an exception to the rule for nuclear propulsion in reactors. But whatever. I know that the Soviet Union and the United States both launched nuclear reactors into space just to see if you could use it as an on-orbit power plant. It does work. But also, Pythos, at the same time, we launch RTGs into space all the time. That's nuclear material, so I don't see why that's a big deal. Do you want the non-Twitter version of that picture? I mean, I'm not going to say no. Oh, man. So that's the big news, guys. That's the big news. They're basically ready to roll. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern is when everything starts. I'm going to be here. Fellas, I'll be honest. I said, like, oh, we'll play Satisfactory for after hours. Maybe not. Maybe I'll work on the K29 for a little bit, and then this is going to dominate the day tomorrow. I'll watch the entire thing roll to the pad. I don't care. It should take about 6, Alleviate. Yeah, I know, Metroid's a beast. NASA takes great pictures. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Can you believe it? 5 Eastern, yeah. Is this thing bigger than the Saturn V? It's about the same size. Actually, I was checking Twitter and Vulcan, so Derek here. Derek! Posted a really awesome picture. Check this out. It's about the same size, actually. See? About the same size. Not bad. So, full res of that SLS picture. I have the full res version, man. It's right here. Oh, man. I gotta make sure that I go through the rest of the Space News links here. Yeah, just. Yeah, that's. See, I like these two pictures. It really shows the difference there. Look at that. Also, I want the red ML back, please. So there are other pictures, but yeah, look, the ground is all the way down there, man. Did they build completely new platforms for the different rockets? Yep. Yeah, these are new platforms for the high bay. Yep. $54.99 on Twitter. What? Is that how many followers? Hey! Thanks, Elak. That's cool. I don't really pay attention to that too much, but that's really neat, man. You help put him in, goalie? We got more on the horizon or what, dude? And yes, that is hardwood floor. Yeah, hardwood floor. Anybody know why? Yeah, the platforms have nice hardwood flooring. Really, really nice hardwood. Static. Yep. Floors are made out of wood. You got some nice kitchen floor, man. Yep. They're made out of wood. Pretty cool, huh? You don't want to SCE to aux the rocket inside the VAB. That could be bad. Want the Apollo photo for the research folder? We're back, man. We're back. Dude, we're here. It seemed like it creeped up really quick, huh? Oh my god, dude. How did we get here, man? You know, there's not a lot of things happening in 2022 that I'm really a fan of. This one's alright. Yeah, I like this one. What a beast. What a beast. Okay. Let's get this thing that Nerva stage, huh? Get it in Nerva 3rd stage. And then SLS would be real good. The Saturn V looks better. I mean, the Saturn V is awesome. This is great. But I like this. No, seriously. Can we just take that? Can we take this right here? The S4B, the vehicle stage adapter, and the Apollo capsule? All right, we don't need the Apollo capsule. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll take the Apollo capsule. I need this right here. The S4B, the adapter, and this. I need that on top of this. Yeah, if we could do that, yeah, then we'd be really good. Yeah, we'd be real good. Yeah, an S4B with the vehicle stage adapter and the Apollo CSM. Heck, you don't even need the Apollo. Put Orion back on top. I don't care. That's fine. That would be, this rocket would be Chad. It's pretty damn good right now, guys. You guys got to understand. They baseline rated this at 70 in 2014. That thing can do 100 tons into orbit in this configuration. 100 tons. It still needs the J2X. Well, I mean, I'll take the EUS, fellas. The EUS is just fine. We need to get rid of that little guy. See that little guy? We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of that. But I mean, it'll work for right now. This is fine. This is fine. The part that matters down here, that part, that's the part that matters. That's the big Jamie want big boom part down there. That's the part that matters. We could fix up here. That's no problem. I have other views for you if you want to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I just. Yep, that's really freaking cool. Okay, yeah, that's pretty neat. We're getting rid of it at launch. It's all right. We could just build another one. It needs a better service module, Wisp. Well, not really, but yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. This is money, dude. Here. Look. Oh. Yeah, that ICPS was delivered in 2017. Is the tower in the Saturn V the same tower that's at SpaceX's pad right now? It might be, Chris, yeah. Can safety nerds spot the OSHA changes? Here. So there's that one. Oh. You ever stared at it? Marveled at its beauty? Its genius? Andy, la macchina grande. La macchina grande. Oh. 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 Mi amori. Huh? It's nice. It's real nice. I like it a lot. Yep. My brain's still trying to process that we're on the verge of a modern day Apollo program. You guys are linking the other pictures like I don't already have those. Oh man. My favorite one out of the new ones that dropped. Oh yeah. Yeah, this one I don't have. Yeah, that's the one that's inside. I'm sorry, that's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, Hunster, that'd be pretty cool. That's a cool helicopter. Yep, that's awesome. Anybody have any questions? Those are the autogenous pressurization lines. That's the locks down comer. You got your engine section, and then you have the business ends down here. Needs a new name. I'm for Delta 5. This is a Delta 5 rocket. Yep. Delta 5. What's the different shades of orange and the white lines? Foam that's been attached longer. Yeah. Jupiter 3? No. I mean, maybe, but also. Oh, my goodness. Jupiter 4 is not a bad name. I don't mind. Hey, baby. Oh. Oh, very nice, Hellfish. See you last. EJ, I just realized that once SLS gets to the pad, we'll have 2 super heavy rockets on pads. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just... Guys, this is huge. This is a big deal. Real big deal. Here, I have Hell Hydra linked up some B-roll footage of them retracting the pads here. So, let's see. Does it have an FTS? Of course. No sound. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get you the sound. Here we go. Do the space dance, chat. Shot from High Bay 4. So, I'll show you guys in a second. Let's just enjoy it. It's the space dance, Carrot. Dude. There's nothing in High Bay 2 but a mobile launcher, goalie. Tomorrow at 5, dudes. All right, so here, check this out. I wanted to show you guys this. So they have a shot from inside of high bay 4. This is high bay. This is the 4th high bay. So if you looked about 100 feet that way or about 30 meters that way, you'll see the SRB staging stands, right? But the cool thing about this shot is, okay, so you look in high bay 3. 3 has all the platforms in it. You see? There's platforms built into it for the service gantries, right? But if you go look, see, there's all the service gantries. They move in and out like a kitchen cabinet or a kitchen drawer, right? And that's so you can get at the rocket, right? What's crazy is that somebody's office is up here for that's working on Orion integration. Someone's office is up there. Someone just takes the elevator up to work, whatever. Just work 500 feet up in the air. So you see the service gantries, right? Now each bay in the VAB is modular, so you can install different gantries in it. The thing is that if you look in high bay 4 here, here's the spot where the gantries should be. See? The gantry, the bay for the service gantries is empty in 4, which is really cool because it's not really cool. It should be. It's never been used. It's only been used to stage components. They've used it, they never used it during the Apollo program. Yep, see? Here's the service gantries. You see, there's a U cutout on both sides here. Actually, I don't know what they're doing over there. The right-hand side has something where the service gantries should be, but I don't know what it is. Yeah. Link to the tweet, please. Which tweet? So what's crazy is that, yeah, 4 was never configured, but you could see the spot where the service gantries go, and you could see the mounts for them. It's all modular. You can reconfigure it. They could configure 4 for SLS if they really wanted to, which is really, really, really freaking cool to me. And then, oh, come on. If we just got a little bit over here is high bay 1. High bay 1 is still in shuttle configuration, believe it or not. Can I get a link to the video? Yeah, sure. And then high bay 2, which is behind us, it's opposite 3. So it's 1, 3, 4, and 2, right? 2 is this way. 1 is over there. That's 3. And 4 is that way. 4, like I said, they have SRB staging over there. 4 has never been used. High bays 1 and 2 are the only bays that have been used. High bays 1 and 3 are the only bays that have been used at all. They were configured for Saturn V, so they could build 2 Saturn Vs at once, right? And then they were configured they were both reconfigured for the shuttle. But the whole thing is that it's modular. It doesn't matter what rocket you build, and that's what makes Complex 39 really cool. You could build whatever. Starship could be built inside of the VAB. That's not an issue. You could put it in here, sure, no problem. If you want to put it indoors, and you can make all the service gantries for it too. You want to load payload in? Make a service gantry for loading payload. No problem. Easy peasy. That absolutely could be done. It doesn't matter the rocket. You could build Delta 4s in this thing. You could build Saturn 1s. You could build Saturn 5s. You could build SLS. You could build shuttle. You could do that all at the same time. It has enough high bays. Isn't that crazy? Like, you could build whatever. They built this when the Apollo program was first, when they first came up with it, they wanted something where you could make anything. This is totally reconfigurable for a bigger rocket, smaller rockets. You want to put big stuff into space? No problem. You want to put small stuff into space? No problem. Yeah, Ian, there you go. Sleeper, 11-month resub. What's high bays 2? High bay 2 is not configured, T-Man. There's nothing in it right now. We could see SLS, Starship, and Omega sitting here if things keep up. Yeah. Yeah, it's all modular, man. Everything they built this basically knowing whatever rockets were going to come after the Saturn V. I mean, they were anticipating a bigger rocket. Oops. when they engineered all this, they engineered it for a bigger rocket. Look, SLS isn't even anywhere close to the ceiling. No. Hell no. Guys, that's 150 meters straight up. 500 feet tall. It's not even close to the damn ceiling. The tip of SLS is probably, I don't know, the tip of the launch escape system? It's a good ways away. Yeah, I'd say about 20, 30 meters from the ceiling. It's not even close. And the crazy, you know what the coolest part about this? The mobile, the launch umbilical tower. You see that? The LUT? The gantry that's for all the umbilicals that goes out to the pad with SLS. That also is modular. You can make them taller, or you can make them shorter. And guess what? There's reliefs built into the doors for a launch umbilical tower that basically goes to the ceiling. When they built this thing, they built it to last. It was built to last, and it was built to you could put any type of rocket into space, no problem, because they didn't know what was going to happen in the future. So they built it big just to be sure. Yeah, T-Man, and that's the even crazier part. On top of this, guys, the VAB is built like a Lego kit. So, like the wide bay at Boca Chica, they could just take the roof off and make it bigger if they really wanted to. Yeah, it's scalable upwards and scalable that way. It's scalable in two directions. You can go up, make it higher, or you can make it wider. It's crazy. Yep. Who said something about that? The shelves on the side of High Bay 4 were used for ET processing and storage. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Omega was supposed to be in High Bay 2, but they canceled Omega. Max, I have a feeling Omega might be coming back around. I have a feeling. And don't get me wrong, that's not like, oh, I know a guy, or oh, sources say. No, I have no idea. That's just my gut. Because Northrop Grumman's going to want those resupply contracts. And they're especially going to need a way to get Cygnus out to the gateway. And Antares ain't the answer there. Antares couldn't move Cygnus that far. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what people are going to say. People are going to say, oh, okay, why don't they just launch Cygnus on a Vulcan or something, or on a Falcon Heavy? You could do that. You could do that if you wanted less ways to get into space. I mean, what modifications would you have to do for the mobile launcher to Starship? You should probably build a new one. Yep. Look at that, man. The VAB was built, it was built to mass produce and assemble rockets, man. That's why it's cool. Yeah, see? Look at that. She's a monster. It's a monster of a freaking building. Look at this thing. I gotta show you. So the VAB can be scaled upwards and it could be scaled sideways. I'll show you. I kind of want Northrop to use the AR-1 on a new launch vehicle for Cygnus. Be kind of neat. So take a look. See, so NASA, I know you can tell that High Bay 4 was never used because they never built the crawlerway. They never did one of these guys here to High Bay 4. High Bays 1, 2, and 3 have the crawlerway going to them. So you could use all three of these things, right? So check this out. SLS is in 3 right here, okay? 1 is in shuttle configuration, 2 is nothing, it's just empty. And then 3 is SRB processing, right? The crazy thing about the VAB is that if you look, see the concrete that goes all the way out to here? You see that? The VAB could be doubled in size, no problem. Yeah, it's built for this. The foundation is built out to there on purpose. See the concrete? Now, I'm not sure how they'd get the crawler transporters to take that kind of a turn, but you could build 8 high bays here if you needed to. That's how much modularity they built into this design. That's part of the reason why they built 3 pens here to build mobile launchers right there. And then they had 2 crawler transports. This thing is designed to be used. It's designed to launch a lot of rockets. Like a lot of rockets. And the video just showed, right where you paused, you could see what I guess is the old ET checkout cells on the right. Yeah, exactly, Ian. That's what I saw. I guess that's what they're for. What, you telling me they'd pull the external tank up in this thing? It looked, I don't know. Can a VAB be scaled downwards? No. Okay. I don't know. I've never bothered to look. It looks like there's a 8.4 meter relief right there, but whatever. Tear that stuff down. Shuttle's old news. And it killed me a little bit to say that, but I want more of this. Can I have more of that over there? I want 3 of these things being built in the VAB at once because I'm greedy and I want more of them. Can the roof of each bay be made higher independently? Yes. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, Cake, this thing's built like a big Lego kit. Look at how the trusses are set up. It's just built like a Lego kit. And you could just add more Legos. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy smart engineering. The thing is built. The thing is amazing. The VAB is mecca, dude, for me. It's freaking awesome. It's really cool. Looks like those are ET checkout cells. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, man. Yeah. Ian, look. Yeah, well, not look. Dude. Man, this thing was built to frickin' work, dude. Look at this. Look at all the cells. Look at all the integration cells there. These are for payloads. Payloads, rockets. And this right here is called the TA. It's called the transfer aisle. Basically, you bring in all the stuff into one side, right? And it goes through processing. And as it goes through processing, it moves into the transfer aisle where you stage the parts for the rockets. Cell 5 was RS-25 refurbishment and storage. That's fine. Whatever, dude. Whatever. It's fine. Dude, I don't want RS-25s dumped in the ocean. I don't care. It's okay. Just rip the damn Band-Aid off. If you insist on ripping it off, just rip it off. Let's go. Do they do tours? Yeah, they used to. View of an ET in High Bay 4. Oh, wow. Ian, look at this. I'm learning. I didn't know that. Whoa. How'd they get that over there? Damn, dude. Cell 3, 4, Cell 7, and 8 still have S2 and S4B processing platforms installed too. Don't do that. Don't give me hope. Yeah. That's not something I thought I would ever see. They lowered it down, Max? What do you mean? Yeah, I know they lowered it down. How did the gantry crane, how did they get, I thought the gantry cranes only go this way. Can they go, I guess they can't, well, I guess, why don't we just take the ET and move it over there? Dude, we need 2 SLS high bays. Novus, do you know what the plan is with one? Are we targeting 1 for Block 1B and use 3? Oh, the gantry crane, dude. Are you kidding me? I didn't know that. I'm learning so much about the VAB today. I did not realize that the gantry cranes can. There's a relief up there. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's a relief up there, right? So the gantry crane can install the freaking high bay. Oh man, this building is so smart, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. This is sick. Oh. Yeah. See, the SRB processing in 4 is still there. What I've seen is high bay 1 for block 1B and modify high bay 3 later for block 1B. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I don't give a frick how long it takes. Let's just get it done. Just get her done, man. I don't care. Really don't. Look at the dude. Look at that. Oh, this. Oh. I want 2. I want 3. I want 10. I want 10 of this. Can I have more? I want more. High Bay 3 is to be modified for the EUS, but that was years ago. Okay. It's freaking happening, dude. Like, we're like maybe 2 months out, but... Question, when you do 3D models, do you start with basic shapes? Yeah, Ponesister, that's called a blockout. Actually, while we're here, While we're here, when I left, there were demo plans for High Bay 1. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the shuttle service gantries max are no good. Those things are caca. Like, they're not going to work with SLS, that's for sure. I was thinking, maybe we can, you know, demo to update for 1B. Yeah, okay, Max. Yeah. Why don't we just do... Why doesn't NASA just do this? Oh, yeah. Can we put this in KSP? Nah, I don't know, man. Dude, I was thinking maybe we should make... I should block out like a VAB and block out a quick SLS model to show people how this whole freaking thing works, because this is impressive, dude. The whole thing with 39A is just amazing, or just 39. It's ridiculous how they got put in. Oh. Oh, yeah, look. They put him in on a load spreader. It's just a big drawer. That's all it is. Build Mechazilla on the ML. I could do that, Lunprod. Sure, why not? Watch the video. Oh, this is dope. Hold on. All right, let me... Man. 345, dude. 345, so that's 345 feet off the deck right there. Oh, that's so freaking cool, man. That was a poster taped on the elevators? No way. That's awesome, man. Oh, that's so cool. Dude, I gotta get in this. Max, we gotta... Dude, I gotta go in there. We gotta do like a deep dive into how Chad tier the VAB is. And like, I'll do the 3D. Like, we gotta do like a documentary on how Chad tier this thing is. What was the shuttle's weight? It's pretty It's pretty heavy. Dude, I gotta talk to some people. We have to get in there. We gotta get in there. I want to get in there. I want to show you guys this thing. The VAB is insane. It's so smart. The vid. Okay, goal. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me see them boys doing this. Oh well, there's the high. There's a bottom of the high bay. Oh my goodness! Look at that thing. Yeah, Jim, we need a deep dive on Complex 39A. Just how Chad Tiers, NASA's VAB. Intrepid style trip to the VAB, let's go. I'm telling you, man, this is so smart. You guys know how Elon and you know, SpaceX wants to like mass produce rockets. This was the first attempt of mass production and launching of rockets. That was the VAB was the first attempt to really kick it into overdrive. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if SpaceX ended up building something like this.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Or if SpaceX uses the thing. Oh yeah. Look, okay. So check this out, fellas. There's High Bay 4. And they lifted it up with the gantry crane here. There's your ET processing area right there. Yeah, Budman, for sure. Just all the work that went into this building. It's so cool. I sent a link of the original build picture. Yeah. Bora, yeah, I'll show that. No, I haven't, but that's really cool. Yeah, guys, SLS Block 1 is base rated at 100 tons. That's the old design. That's the old one. They upgraded the design throughout its development a little bit. What was the company? He took photos and notes. That's cool, XPC. I'll have to check that out. Hensel Phelps. Cool, man. What did the RS and RS-25 stand for? Rocket system? So check this out. This is the bottom of the high bays. So the bottom of the high bays is very wide because it's designed to hold the mobile launcher in. And I think this one is 4 from what I'm looking at here. You see how it goes up and then it goes to the right here on both sides. This is where the drawers are mounted, the kitchen cabinets. They're mounted in this thing. That is a hell of a welder right there. Now that's a hell of a welder. Look at the load spreaders. Oh, that's so cool. Yep, there's 3. Yep, there they go. They're installing the kitchen cabinets. See? This right here is where the mobile launcher will go, the mobile launcher platform, and then the launch umbilical tower would be right here. And then they install the kitchen cabinets. SLS is right here in this picture. If you took this picture, if you stood from here and took this picture right now, SLS is right there. Rip, went to the doctor for back pains. Basically been diagnosed with excessive aging syndrome. Yeah, well, your back can get better, Hypersonic. As long as you don't have sciatica or anything, you're fine. Take it from somebody that has 2 herniated discs. Yep. Just take it easy. Build up the muscles down there, dude. Do a lot of core exercising. You build up the muscles, you'll be fine. Yep, see? And then they put the... Oh, that's so freaking cool, dude. Yep, see, there's the high bay. High bay 3. See, they lift it up and they put the... Oh, man. We got to do this. We got to get one. We got to get one up to speed. We got to get one up to speed, dudes. See, there's all the kitchen cabinets right there. The elevator is in between the high bays right there. And then, yeah, if you look over, high bay 1 is right here. It's just a mirror of that. Have a look at this link when you get a minute. Yeah, I know. Dude, she's a beast, man. Oh, it's so cool. I just want to. Oh, we need to do this. We need to do this again. We need to get back to this. Oh, 3 mobile launchers at once, dude. 3 MLs at once. 3. Please build more. Build all of them. And make more parking spaces so we can store them all in the VAB. Yeah, she's an absolute monster. Oh. Hey, Karen, what's up? Oh, man. Yep, there's the shuttle. See, High Bay 1 right here. High Bay 1 is configured in shuttle, so the dinner drawer, or the kitchen drawers only go up about half of SLS's height. The rest of the slots are empty. Yeah, right, Novus? Dude, we need... I know, Novus, I know this stuff takes time. I get it, you don't need to tell me. This. I want this. I'm sorry, you could call me greedy, you could call me impatient. I don't care. Talk to whoever you have to. The president, I don't care. Just bring me those MLs. 4 mobile launchers. A VAB with 4 launchers in it. Not 1 or 2 or 3, but 4. 4 launchers. What the heck am I going to do with an empty VAB? We have 1, that's not much. You can still count. Look, it's easy. Look at my fingers. Look at my fingers. 4 launchers, 4 high bays. 0 launchers, 0 high bays. Sorry. Sorry, I had a little too much fun there. Look at my fingers. It's having a little too much fun. Having a little too much fun, sorry. Seriously though, this is getting me very excited, dude. It's been such a hurdle to get to this point, dude, but we're there. Why stop at 4? Yeah, I mean, Mason, you know what? 4 is fine. I'm good with 4. I'm good with 4. 8, I mean, I'm not picky. It's like when you ask your significant other, hey, are you hungry? Yeah, I could eat. Hey, do you want 8 high bays? Yeah, I could do that. You know? No, 4 would be fine. 4 would be fine. How dare you have fun? I know. 37 on the way to the parking lot? I don't worry about the man who wants 4 high bays. I worry about the man who only wants 1. What about actually using 4 to that capacity? See, King, that's what I'll take right now. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. 4 is good. Heck, 2. 2 would be good enough. because you could use the other 2 to stage all the rockets. 2 would be fine. But, see, the more high bays you have configured, the better. Especially if you want to do a couple of launches in rapid succession, like building a transfer vehicle in low Earth orbit with nuclear stages that goes to Mars. Yeah, you'd want more high bays for that. You don't necessarily need more pads or more mobile launch. Well, 3 mobile launchers would do it. Yes. Yes. How much money would we need to activate 4 bays? Yeah, you'd need a lot of money, goalie. But if you see, here's the thing, man. All right, I get it. People are gonna give me crap about this. All right, say NASA said Bill wanted all 4 high bays configured for Block 1B tomorrow. So you're gonna have to engineer a couple of new things. You have to engineer the new dinner cabinets, or I call them dinner plates now. They're not dinner plates. You'd have to engineer the new high bay service gantries, right, for Block 1B. All right. That's going to cost a lot of money. And then you'd need to build 2 more mobile launchers for Block 1B. Now, here's the thing to remember, fellas. I wouldn't do that. Listen, hear me out. I would not do that until Artemis 1 flies. That's the plan, okay? I wouldn't do that until Artemis 1 flies. Why? So you can get a baseline data. You get baseline data on SLS, all right? This is the bench test, so to speak, fellas. Get this thing ready to go. Who knows? You might learn something new about integration with this thing. Okay? So, after this thing flies, you really want to get the other high bays ready to go. And goalie, once again, that's pretty much the plan. They're going to take 1 over here, and they're going to convert it for 1B. Now, if they took 2 and 4 and did the same thing, I really don't think that is going to cost too much extra money. It's definitely not going to be double the cost to do 2 high bays, and it wouldn't be triple the cost to do 3. It would probably be double the cost to do 3 if I had to guess. Why? Well, contractors are going to quote you a smaller price per unit the more you buy. Straight up. It's the Walmart principle. Buy in bulk. It works with rockets. It works with toilet paper. Hopefully, Orion has toilet paper on board. That would be useful. You can buy in bulk, man. That's no problem. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's the development costs that are going to go through the roof, so the price per unit is going to go down if you order more. Space bidets? Oh, that just sounds messy. But I don't know. How much would I think it would cost? I don't know. I'm overestimating, goalie. I would say $5 billion, I would say, to do all 3 of them. That's off the top of my head, based off of no particular reference. I'm not sure. I'd say like $5 billion or something. Yeah, to do 3 of them. It would probably cost like $3 billion to do 1 or something like that. I mean, you guys got to remember, that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to make, a lot of stuff to move, a lot of stuff to retrofit. It's doable though. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be. And NASA doesn't see why it wouldn't be either. They're gonna start figuring this stuff out. Don't worry. Like I said, it's like building up steam. You know, when we use Betsy, right, in the train game, right? You're just building up steam. You got to build up all the boiler pressure first, and then you let it go, and then the thing shoots off. Like, this program is going to take some time to build up. I'm along once we get them going. What would the budget be? Double to keep them active? No. No, not at all. Goalie, you're paying to keep them active right now. Yeah, that's... NASA's paying for 4 high bays and using 1. And they've been doing that for like... since the VAB was built, actually. Yeah. Hey, Gene. I heard about an event about James Webb, but I don't find anywhere the news. Do you have one? I do. Give me 1 second. It's in chat. There you go. Elon is optimistic about 2029. That would be nice. By the way, they said during the presser, rollout to the pad is supposed to take 11 hours because they're stopping multiple times to gather data and test. Novus, if there is an 11-hour stream of this, I will stream all 11 hours straight. All the way to the pad. I do not care if it's at night. I do not care if I get no viewers. I'm streaming the whole damn thing. Pretty much, Jim. Yep. Dude, I'm sorry. I've been just swooning over that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Hell Hydra, you told me that, didn't you? Oh my goodness. Dude, that is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. That's up there. This is up there. That's up there with Starship landings. This is up here with Starship landings, Falcon Heavy landings, Falcon 9 landings. That thing, that is so damn cool. Look at that thing. It makes me very, very happy to see the VAB getting used. That really, 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 really makes me feel good. I don't know about you guys. The orbital tower is venting, indicating LN2 is flowing through the QD arm. All right, cool. Imagine the engineering footage from the pads when things light. Ugh. As long as they got an E8 style camera, Grab Shark, I'm good.
So it's at 5 p.m. is when we expect to have first motion. It is about 11 hours from the time that we have first motion until we get hard down at the pad. Of course, you know, there are some stops and starts in there. We're going to come out of the VAB. Again, everybody will get a look at this amazing vehicle. I personally can't wait to see it roll past the windows of the Launch Control Center, which is where I'll be for rollout. We will make a stop just outside the LCC. We will put the crew access arm in the retract positions. We'll pull that back. And then we'll give a go to continue out to the pad. So there's a little bit of time there while we're stopped and doing that operation. Again, end to end, it's about 11 hours. Of course, we do have.
Dude, I'm gonna if they stream the whole thing, I'm watching the whole thing. I don't give a frick. I don't care. I will sit here and watch that thing move. Don't care. And I'll tell you what, guys. If I was down there for press, I'd be streaming the whole thing. I'll talk to you whoever I have to. I'd stream the whole damn thing. Don't care. I'll do it myself. Doesn't matter. I don't know how they'd let me. I don't know if they'd let me get to the pad or whatever, but that probably isn't going to happen. Put me in front of somebody. I'll convince them. It's fine. If you put me in front of the right people, I'll stream the whole damn thing, dude. Your earlier comparison, Walmart had a RUD today. Yeah, Neuro. Heck yeah, for the people. That's right. All right, so enjoy it, man. Tomorrow's going to be a special day. I love it. It's so damn cool. I don't give a frick what anybody says. Also, hold on. I just need to take that picture. I forgot to save it. Oh, no, I didn't. Thanks, Past DJ. All right. Excellent. When do you think it'll actually fly? 2 months at the very latest, dude. Had to run before you started space news. Quick catch up. There it is. No, Foz, I don't. Tomorrow is rollout, Zaz. This thing's going outside. I don't know what that means, 2020. Oh. I don't have any words. I don't have anything to say. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Yeah, see that back part? That's a door. The door will open up, this thing will roll. It's freaking cool, man. I'll figure out what to do with that later. Is it going to sit outside for 2 months? No. No, Leonard. They're going to move it to the pad, and they're going to do a simulated launch. Yeah, they're going to check out everything with the pad, make sure everything's A-okay. Then they're going to do a simulated launch, and then at T-minus 6 seconds, or whenever they want to go to give the startup sequence for the main engines, they'll scrub the launch on purpose, and they'll practice scrubbing procedures, make sure all that's working well. This whole test is called a wet dress rehearsal, or WDR, and they'll do it to test to make sure they have the scrub procedures down correctly and the pre-launch procedures down. And then once the wet dress rehearsal is concluded, they'll lift the thing up, they'll bring it back to the VAB, they'll put it back inside of the VAB, they'll check everything to make sure that everything is A-okay and in the same condition that it was when it rolled out, and then you put it on the pad, and then you're good to go. Start launch operations. So it's gonna take a second. You guys got to keep in mind, the launch could be about 2 months out. It could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. Because it really depends. If hopefully we don't find anything wrong with the wet dress rehearsal, right? They wouldn't want to have anything wrong with the wet dress rehearsal. If something does go weird with it, I don't know, gaming. It depends on. I don't know, gaming. It really depends on how successful one of these missions go. Can't get people to other planets if you don't have the way to get them there working. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. We've seen that already, Weather God. Wet dress is everything except ignition. Yep. So, I think they're targeting the end of May, guys, but if they don't get the end of May, it's not like they can just pick the first week in June to launch either. The moon's got to be in the right place. Got to remember, this isn't just a launch into space. This is a launch to the moon. The moon has to be in the right spot. If it's not in the right spot, they can't launch. So, the right phasing, the correct phasing for the moon, right, is pretty much the last week of every month. So they're kind of targeting the last week of May, but if they don't make that, it'll be the last week of June. James Webb update. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. James Webb did the imaging, Phil. That's really neat. Is it like KSP where you just wait for the moon to be on the horizon? The moon is inclined relative to Earth's equator. Immolated by 6 degrees. Oh yeah. It's more like getting to Minmus in Kerbal. You would be more like that. But on Earth, you can't launch, right? And then change your orbit by 6 degree incline and then go to Minmus. You have to launch into the inclined trajectory. And then on top of that, you have to make sure that, if you do like one orbit, that when you do one orbit and you come around, that the moon is in the right place. Yeah, lunar phasing in real life is a little bit more difficult than it is in KSP. But they have to wait until the moon is in the right spot, because remember, the rocket, they can't just time warp for a month. You can't just leave Orion for a month just sitting up there. I mean, you could, right? But the propellants can boil off and stuff, so it has to be there has to be timing. You have to time it correctly. So you have the right amount of propellants, etc., etc. The propellants don't boil off. Your propellants basically go away over time in real life. They don't just sit there like they do in KSP. So they're beholden to propellant boil off, which means that they got to launch at the right time, and if they don't get the right time, then the moon won't be in the right spot, or if they wait too long in space, then the propellants will boil off, or the batteries run out or something. Yeah, it's a little bit different than KSP. So, a little bit different, but still cool. Anyway, let's go see what's going on with Starship. Well, meanwhile, down in Boca Chica, this is coming from our buddies over at NASA Spaceflight. This is NSF Live. They've been doing stuff with Starship's pad here. How's Space News today? It's great, RJ. Yeah. Compared to the phasing with the Apollo missions, does Artemis offer more flexibility with launch dates since they're going to a rectilinear halo orbit? Not really, no. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Bond. You can't just do a plane change in low Earth orbit. It'll cost you thousands of meters a second of delta V. Back to you, Ollie. Back to you, Andy. Back to you, Ollie. Back to you, Andy. Back to you, Ollie. It looks like they got the methane infrastructure working correctly, guys. Alright. Thomas, keep me updated if something happens here. Let's go here. So, this is the new Starship footage. This footage was taken by Mary, Nick, and the NASA Spaceflight robots from NSF Live. Here, coming from our buddies over at NASA Spaceflight. Make sure you go and support them, okay? Could I get a link to the picture of SLS from the bottom? In chat. So this is the footage from yesterday. Let's see what we got. No, Swishio. Yeah, Novus has the high-res goodness. I'm not sure, Blinga. I think Booster 4 and Ship 20 are test articles at this point. They could launch them, who knows? Why are some tiles reddish? Well, Fernando, that's room temperature vulcanization cream. RTV. Some of these tiles they've sealed up with they've RTV'd it with silicon. Why are they hexagons? Hexagon geometrically is an easier shape to make a tile to cover more angles, so they don't have more specialized tiles. Tomorrow at 5 is when they have first motion, RJ. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna be here early, obviously. I thought it was rust. From what, gaming? It's stainless steel. It doesn't rust. So they're covered in caulking. Yeah. It's RTV, but yeah, for the most part, yeah. Yeah, Jim, I don't know. The more I look at it, the more it looks like... Yeah. The more I look at it, the more it looks like these are test articles. Like high-fidelity test articles. No, please. No, Brim. Yeah, Kurlani, very expensive hot glue. So these are pictures from yesterday, and wait till you see what happens. If you missed the stream yesterday, you're in for a treat here today. Here, I'm just gonna get to the good stuff. Yeah, there's guys working on the pad. More guys working on the QD right here. It's a beast, Failbug. We got 2 big frickin' rockets being built right now, which is really nice. Is that a pipe cleaner? No yawning. Shh. Oh, shut up. I have some coffee left. They took the stabilizer system off of it, Raven. Back scratcher, belt fed. Word. Yeah, that face one, those guys are standing probably like 250 feet up in the air, 25 stories up. Yeah, that is a pipe cleaner. Look. It actually is a pipe cleaner. That's a pipe cleaner. Okay. I was kidding, but that's exactly what it is. All right. It's used to clean pipes. Oh, really? No, RJ, Apollo milk stool is what you want. Look that one up. Or the Skylab 2 mission. Skylab 2, 3, and 4, actually. Yeah, and Apollo Soyuz test project. That's a good point. It keeps going and going and going and going. Nothing outlasts the energy. Okay, there's the top. Yeah, I totally forgot about the milk stool. Yeah, most people. Most people have. It's not any. Ew. Actually, I like that. I'm not gonna lie, that thing is pretty cool. I kind of want it. That's a beefy truck. Look at it. She beefy. It's got beef. It's what's for dinner. Oh, there's new flapper-ons? Nope. You guys are making me yawn. Stop it. Crane parts. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Dun 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 dun. Jasper, if Starship were to have a catastrophic failure on the pad, could it severely damage the pad tower? Or would it be more fire and less damage? It's always more fire and less damage, Jasper. But, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and guess that the pad is overbuilt. Way overbuilt. The reason why I'm going to go ahead and guess that is because the thing's designed to catch rockets. You don't build a pad that's supposed to catch a, like, 200-ton booster out of the air and not make it able to withstand like a direct hit. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. The rocket hitting it is going to probably damage some components, but structurally I think it'll be fine. I agree, Mason, yeah. What's the weather forecast look like? Yeah, Jasper, I'm pretty sure the pad is overbuilt. Like, way overbuilt. Don't say that, goalie. Maybe be money. We have. It's Florida, take a guess. Oh, shut up. It gon' rain. Thanks, Ollie. Forecast? Where? When? Titusville. Titusville, 5 p.m. tomorrow. Be there. Or be square. Hey, yeah. You ever wonder why we're here? Oh, sorry. It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? It's hip to be square. Dude, 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 dude. I pack my bags in Minnesota. Mostly cloudy, 73 F23, humidity 94% because Florida. Barometer 2.996. Visibility 7 miles. Thank you. It always rains in Florida, 5 p.m. every day during the summer. Well, spring and summer, Ferd. Great song to play in pep band. Oh, you were... Fran, you were a band kid? Oh, that explains a lot. Peep that new dome. Whoa. That's nice. Wow. Is MSC moved to Thursdays? No. It's built like the nose cones. Yeah, I see it. That's a really nice design. It's nice. Hey, there's nobody on that lift. They reduced the parts. See. Yeah, man. You'd need a lot of energy to do that, O-Force, but yeah, I suppose. I don't see why not. I'm sure there's something we're not thinking of, but... You guys like SLS and HLS? The early stuff was okay. But when Artemis 1 launched in 22, I think the whole Artemis program came into its own commercially and artistically. It's been compared to the Apollo program many times because of its stated goals to go back to the moon historically and not leave flags and footprints on the ground, but also to go there sustainably as well. Hey, chat! Ah! Sorry, I got Huey Lewis stuck in my head. Yeah, that's true, Swishio. It's right. Also this. Yeah, this is what you're going to want to see. And going up. Pack my bags and miss. Hey, Paul! Most people don't really listen to the lyrics, but they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends, but it's a personal statement from the band itself. Hey, Paul! Loving an elevator? Oh, jeez. That's a good song. Yow! That's not real time. It's close though. They had that thing up there and stacked in, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe 30 at best. Yeah. Let's see Paul's business card. Oh, that's nice. Oh my goodness. What in the absolute frick? Bird? Yeah, I know, RJ. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, I know. Monster, isn't it nuts, dude? They're just moving that thing around. So the thing we didn't get to see, the thing I missed last night, is the umbilical attachment. Watch, right here. I'm working out most every day. I'm watching what I eat. You might think crazy, not that I'm aware. There is no denying that. It's hip to be square. Watch, they pull it in for an alignment here. Ready? Dude, what the frick? That's not okay. Oh, yep, just gotta do it again. How? How can you get it that precise? What does the aligning? There is a screw jack. Basically, there's two conveyor belts on top of the chopsticks, and they can, like, if we're looking at it from the top down, they can move on each chopstick. They can move it forward and back, or they can move them both back. It's like the spare tire screw jacks, basically. But instead of jacking something up, there's just a captive piece on there. There's just a captive piece on there, and that's attached to Starship's hold down points. They didn't show the umbilical hooking in. How much bigger is this compared to SLS? Starship is just a little bit taller, B-Money. Not by much, just a little bit taller. Watch. They'll just pull it in. Pull it in. That one's better. That's very satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. That's very satisfying to see it align. That is. QD connecting. Oh, cool. So the quick disconnect, I don't think NASA Spaceflight has it just yet, but Lab Padre got it. And I don't usually look at a lot of Lab Padre footage, fellas, just because I never asked. But there it is. Yep. See? Dude, what in the frick? What do you have against Lab? Nothing, Creeper. I haven't asked. I always say that I'm gonna ask permission, but I never ask for permission, and I don't want to show a content creator stuff on here unless I have permission to show it, just like I have from NASA Spaceflight. So what do I have against Lab Padre? I respect what he does a lot, actually. Yeah. That's that's what I have against Lab Padre. Nothing. Dude, I should reach out and ask, can we show your footage on stream? I'll pay you, you know? Because that type of footage deserves monetary compensation, if you ask me, dude. You think that's fair? I think that's fair. Do we know why the claws on the quick disconnect arm were removed? The vehicle stabilization system? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I get maybe they don't need them? Just ask. If you want, I can even put in a good word for you. I mean, I just never, yeah, Creeper. I always say it and then I always forget to ask. I'll have to shoot the dude a message. Yeah, I mean, Creeper, do you know the guy? I don't, do you know him? What type of articulation do those arms provide? Seems like they can make small adjustments in multiple axes. So they can move like this, so they can rotate Starship, or they can just move it back and forth, and the chopsticks can move it up and down. We zoomed in on the hinges and the pins are still there. Yeah, Creeper, if you know Lab, like, dude, it would be awesome to get a dialogue with the guy. Dude, I haven't shown Lab stuff because I don't know him. I don't know him too well, and I don't want to go around showing somebody stuff without asking for permission. I can out in the Discord all day. I mean, if you want to put in a good word for me, dude, I wouldn't complain. But, yeah, no, I respect the guy too much because he has some excellent freaking footage. Yeah, Doddle, the chopsticks are insane. And you know what? They work. I made them in Kerbal. Oh, yeah, we made them in Kerbal a couple of weeks ago. They work. Even in KSP, it works actually pretty damn well. It's kind of scary how well it works. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is a marvel of engineering. The VAB is awesome in its own regard, don't get me wrong. You know, but Mechazilla and the chopsticks is its own VAB. That is the VAB. The VAB and the pad are one thing, and it's a receiving too. It can land boosters as well. Now, once again, you know, people are gonna be like, oh, well, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the VAB or do you prefer Mechazilla? Yes is the answer. Yes, I am. Old EJ is a little greedy. A little bit on the greedy side. I want all of these things. Mechazilla and the chopsticks. Yeah, it's a great name. Orbital mount is venting. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got. down out. But down out. But down out. But down out. What? Sorry. Lunatic fringe. I know you're out there. They should help you explain when people ask the starship aligned with the sticks. We had sticks. 2 sticks and a rock for a whole platoon. Yeah. Yeah. Like the 3D printer is actually the right way to do it. Are you sure they're venting? I can't see anything. It's too foggy. Maybe? In the days... That's almost the same beat. And Jim is right. Jamorian is right. It's Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider. It's a great song. I know you're out there. You're in heartache. Could 3 boosters attach to make a super heavy version? No, I don't think you need that, Immolated. You see that grain silo right there? The one with the grid fins attached to it? That thing is basically 9 Falcon 9 cores worth of thrust. Yeah, it's a little less powerful than that. This would be like taking Falcon 9 or Falcon Heavy, like you have your 3 boosters, right? And then putting another 3 boosters next to it, and then putting another 3 boosters next to that. So a 3x3 of Falcon 9s. That's how powerful that thing is. It is insanely powerful. Immigrant Song. I forget how to play that. Here, I got you. Is that good enough? Okay, looks like we got an LN2 fill right here. Whole lot of immigrants? Sure. I don't know how to play an immigrant song, to be honest with you. And that thing isn't in tune. I haven't played in a little while. That's right, Donald. Bow out. In the days of my youth, I was told what it means means to be a man. Now I've reached that age, I've tried to do all those things the best I can. I'm sorry, I'm singing because I'm really happy. Because we have 2 stacked super heavy rockets. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. This is a good day. This is a good day. And you know what? We need more good days, okay? This is a good day. This exists at the same time that this exists. These 2 things are coexisting right now. They're coexisting right now. And they're both going to be used to go to the moon. Both of these. You know what? We need more days like this. Lunatic Fringe is a great song. I know you're out there. You're in heartache. It's a great song, Sawyer. Mm-hmm. A good day for space news, and therefore, as it's a good day for the world. Now we are dipping the super heavy rocket into the pudding, as is tradition. You could say that the proof is in the pudding for NASA, and it's a good day for NASA, and therefore it's a good day for the world. SLS, Starship, living together, mass hysteria. Yep. Just make that up, dude. Jeez. All right, so it looks like SpaceX is doing a cryo test on the full stack right now. Very, very good shot. Close to there's tanks. Like a football field away, Warlock. They're pretty far away. It's just the pictures make it look like it. This, you're wrong for that. Oh, bless your heart. Really awesome. Amazing. RGV have a photo here? Yeah, okay, yeah, here. Check this out. Take a look. Yeah, it's really far apart. Once again, that photo's coming from RGV aerial right there. Those fighting words. Oh, bless your peaches. That help? Yep, see the blurm? See the blurm. Nice. See the berm right there? That makes it so if any kind of popping happens over here, it deflects it up over the tanks. Yeah, that's why one side of this is angled. Oh my God, a Yankee just bless my heart. Oh, Jesus, cracker. That's you. That's what you sound like. What? Sorry. Would NASA answer... That's a little broad, Forge, but alright. They're gonna deny you, Forge. That's way too broad. They won't give you the technical drawings because it's proprietary information. Who farted? Pretty much, RJ, yeah. Mother! Bran! It was, and then he killed the dog. I can't believe that they're cryo testing the stack. It's crazy, man. How a new dish is made. Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty awesome, dude. She's a biggin'. Yeah, you know what? We'll show that, and we'll cap Space News off with that, I think. And then we'll play some railroads or something. I kind of really wanted to play railroads. Alright, let's take a look. So this is one of Goldstone. This is Goldstone, the Deep Space Network at Goldstone, California, I think. Oh. Yeah, watch this. I don't know, goalie. Let me see, Forge. Whoa. Damn. That's one heck of a turret right there, dude. Did you see that? Look at it. It's a freaking huge turret. Saturdays. Saturday in the morning, RJ. They had the big boy crane there. Let me see. Yeah, what lifted the dish up there? Oh. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, dude, look at that. It's 1.5 extensions, right? Goalie on the boom with Derek and the mast and jibs. This thing isn't designed to lift very far, but it's designed to lift something a little bit on the heavy side. Yeah, see? Look at that thing. This one was in Madrid. Oh, not nearly as cool. Oh, that's so cool. Well, yeah, LTO, exactly. You see how they made it stubby? They made it really stubby, but it had the really thick sections in it. I'm telling you, those cranes are freaking Legos, man. Did you see the RVAC mount? SN25 aft dome sleeve just got flipped. Say cheese. This is by Kevin Randolph here. If a comedian can be comical, then an aspiring space beak can be cosmical. Okay. All right. Who did he take these photos for? Photographer for What About It? Oh, okay. All right. What do you got here? That's crazy, goalie. What did we get? What the hell? Anti-vortexing baffles or something? What's wrong with Madrid? Or did you just misunderstand? No me gusta España. No me gusta. I'm just kidding, man. Nah, you guys are cool. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You misunderstood, Liam. It's not California. It's not my home. It's somebody else's home. Clipped and reported. Ah. Yeah, look at that. Tower is venting again. Oh, yeah. Nice, Bandit. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Got some venting. Let's see these umbilicals that are right above my melon right here. We saw the new dome design, Liam. Yeah, it's pretty slick, dude. Pretty slick. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to apologize, man. It's all good. Have you seen this? Halo the series. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Have they said the weight yet? No. Cool. Alright, well, we'll keep an eye on this. The series runners have claimed that the Chevy Tahoe in that one scene is there for a reason. Seriously, filling out a job application this weekend, I'm going to be a functioning member of society and hate it. Ew. Have fun, normie. Had the stream on mute earlier. Why the Goliath engines on the small gyrocopter? Goliath? What? It has Weasleys on it, Tars. Yeah, didn't the Halo series also have an AK in it? There's a Kalashnikov-derived weapon in it. And it takes place in the year 2500. I didn't put Goliaths on it, Tars, yeah. If it ain't broke, okay. Let me see. Wish I could get paid to sit on your butt and play video games all day. Oh, wait. No, it's not just sitting here and playing video games. I have to babysit viewers. Remember? Like you. Mammy. Man, man, you make this too easy, dude. Is something burning? Is something burning? Serious. Post the pain face. The pain face. Do it. Yeah, that's definitely... Yeah, it's a K. It's an AKM. At least I think it is. Yeah. Oh, let me take a look. Let me see. Oh, Eastern Bloc. Yeah. There's something weird is up here. Something weird's going on. I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of a hard time looking down the sight with whatever you have wrapped around that foregrip. It's pretty much blocking your sight line there. Why is the shoulder pad not on? You know. Yeah. Yeah. What the frick? Yo, that's a really good way to dislocate your arm. What the hell are you doing? Oh my god. Oh my god. I love the movies. Big cloud from the tower. Oh, looks like a TE purge right there. Yeah, Bryce, yeah, it has a Chevy Tahoe in it. Like, all right. You'd at least got to a toy store and gotten a space-looking gun. Well, they're separatists, from what I understand. T-minus 20-minute vent. QD is not frosty, though. Yeah, no, it's the chill down. Chill down and purge. So, Thomas, this would be start a second stage fueling. So T-minus 35 for Falcon 9, if I'm thinking about that right. 45 for first stage, 35 for second, right? Locks for stage 1 is T-minus 35. Stage 2 is T-minus 16 for Falcon 9. Is this live? Yeah, Lego. Mm-hmm. You think they could have less advanced looking ARs though? That would have been cool. That was me. I made that sound. This is cryo testing with nitrogen, Zorox, from what I can tell. I know. I know, right? Definitely does. It's definitely not, though. Nice, Bryce. That's a long purge right there. It's gonna be something else when this thing takes off, dude. It's gonna, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, books. Yeah, Motorkid, in the books. John is pale skinned with freckles and red-brown hair. Showrunners. Yeah, no. Blinga, to my knowledge, yeah, this is the first time they chill down. They did a chill down on this. Look at the heat exchangers. The heat exchangers on the tank farm. Those things are going in overdrive over there. No, Angry. They put together the stack without the vehicle stabilization system, which is interesting. What's the volume that each tank can hold? Yes? Yeah, I don't know, Lego. I don't know, Firework. Well, they're using nitrogen, Bandit, from what I can tell. I mean, it could be... I don't know. Wait, Thomas, are we cryo? Is this cryoing with nitrogen? I mean, the oxidizer heat exchangers are on, and the methane heat exchangers are on as well. Are we... What are we doing here? Yeah. Okay. Nitrogen? Yep, yep. Yeah, something like that, Foz. Yeah. Also, thanks for being my road trip buddy as I drive from CLT to RIC. You're welcome. Charlotte to... What the hell's RIC? Richmond. Oh, that's not that bad of a drive. I ruthlessly stole EJ's engineering work to use as my own. No, it's cool. Oh, yours has ducted fans, huh? Oh, well, aren't you special? Yeah, I got you, Thomas. From what I can see, Hellfish, yeah, that's what it looks like. The view from the hosted cast is great.
Studio this evening, we have Mr. Jack Beyer. Jack, we got you on comms?
You have me on comms. I am here and ready, like Thomas said, for the first full stack cryo test.
You ready for some whip crack horse winnie here? Gold School Texas tank watching?
Oh yeah. Forgot about the whip crack horse winnie. I love it. I love it. Yes, I am so ready for that.
How could you forget whip crack horse winnie? Yeehaw.
I don't know. That's such a huge part of my psyche at this point. I'm not sure how I could have forgotten that, but thank you for helping me rediscover it on tonight's episode of Texas Tank Watching. Horse winnie, whip crack, whip crack.
Whip crack, yeehaw. Anyways, folks, like we said, this is the full stack. We've got a cryo test underway. We've been waiting. We've been watching this on Starbase Live for hours at this point, and we were waiting until we actually got to some vapors forming. Not vapors forming. There've been vapors forming forever. Ice forming on the booster itself. And let me see if I can't bring you all around to the beach view.
I kind of want to, Dylan. Yeah. Ilona rocket. Oh.
Yep.
Kem, I forgot. You know what? I forgot to share that. I forgot to share that. Yeah, the Ilona rocket. Mm-hmm. That's the new hotness right now. That, sir, is a big broomstick. Yeah. Yes, it is. Let's see. No. The current thing. Yeah, here. Here. There's the current thing. There's your current thing. Yeah, how's that picture make you feel? Yeah, you're confused now, aren't you? His mom retweeted that. What the hell? What the... Like I said, at least it's not boring, you know? At least it's not boring. At least it ain't boring. Yeah, no, you didn't realize that you needed that picture until a second ago, did you? All moms think their daughters are pretty. Yeah, yep, yep. Well, well, well. Oh my god, that's funny. Instagram female filter doing work. Make it stop! I think it's really funny, Smib, to be honest. What is going on, dude? It's 2022, no shame in admitting attraction there. Dude, it works. Panda, it's messed up. It works. It's kind of weird. Whatever. It is what it is. I also laughed so hard it hurt from that yesterday. Dude, me too. I saw that and went, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Am I seeing ice on Starship? Yep. They're doing a cryo test, Hibbit. Yep. How are they going to handle ice buildup between the tiles and the skin? It hasn't seemed to be a problem, goalie. Who is the true master? The memer or the memer that made the memer? Oh, I don't... Yeah, no, right? Now we know where Elon gets it from. His mother's crap posting on Twitter, too. The hell is this? What's going on? Why is this happening? I'm sorry, it's still funny to me. I agree, Swordfish. Anyway, I'm gonna chill for a second and let them talk. I've been talking a lot.
But we've definitely got frost on the base of the booster at this point. It's definitely.
This is the best and worst timeline. Like I said, Panda, at least it isn't boring, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take boring, but good with the bad. Good with the bad. Good with the bad. A lot of bad. More bad than good, but
I think I
some
have
good.
exactly zero
Some good.
insight into the answer to that question.
Has SpaceX managed to keep their promise on dropping the cost of space launch down to only a few $1 million per launch, if you know? Llama, it's going to take some time to do that. Currently, no, but they're working towards it. That's what this thing is supposed to do.
They haven't done it yet. The odds of it happening in the next 2 weeks before the deadline is pretty low.
That's what they're trying to achieve with Starship, which is why I really...
Sure, I think that's feasible.
So I saw in a BBC documentary years ago that a U.S. company was being hired to build and test a railgun for NASA. I was wondering if you'd heard anything about that or where you might find further details. A railgun for NASA? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would provide a similar answer in that they've extended the deadline, what, twice now? If they extend it again, I will not be shocked.
Yeah, right, goalie?
Right.
Wouldn't that be
It's more of
crazy?
a, I won't be surprised either way. That's going to be one thing that's just going to show up one day when none of us are expecting it.
Even 10 billion per launch is huge. Cam, dude, I think they can do it. It's the little things like automatically putting the stack together and stuff. That's the stuff that's going to really make a difference, you know? You know? That's the stuff that's really going to make a difference. They could do it. They just gotta get over the hump of being able to employ this in mass, dude. That's all.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Bree.
I have a question.
Okay.
I bought these at the bodega for corned beef tomorrow.
Is that potatoes?
It is potatoes. Do you think they don't need to be like skinned or anything, right?
Are you baking them or what?
They're going in the one of the Dutch ovens.
Yeah. Yes. Peel the skin. Wash them and peel them.
But they're tiny little potatoes.
Chat, tell her.
They're little baby potatoes.
Hey, Dada, watch your language, please. Nah, just wash them. Eat the skin. Scrub them real good. Actually prefer with the skin. Peel. Wash and leave skin. It's okay, don't peel, no problem.
Chat seems okay.
It's
Well,
a hung jury here. I would peel them.
I'm kind of on
Sherry,
like
no one's
the
online.
don't peel them, wait for them to boil, and the skin will come off anyway. They're going with corned beef, chat. Make EJ peel them. Maybe I will.
At least Ilona is prettier than this. Yep, that's something I didn't need to see.
No. Peel. Okay, Chad, here's the other thing. It's gonna take me like a long time to peel these.
It does not take a long time to peel them.
Well, when I've got to be in meetings and crap in between peeling potatoes.
Hey, you're making an Irish cuisine. You have to peel potatoes. This is
It all needs to go into the pot together. Potatoes, carrots. I thought I should put the potatoes in. Like the corned beef goes for 2.5 hours. So I thought maybe in the last hour I'd do the potatoes and the carrots.
do whatever you want.
No, I'm asking your chat. Are you upset because you're trying to watch this test and I'm like asking you about potatoes?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, yes. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't know. I was just like...
yeah, I mean, maybe a little. Relevant.
What does Irish chat say to do?
Irish chat?
Evidently Irish chat is screaming, so... Somebody said Irish chat is screaming right now. You peel them, says Das Hibbit. Go peel them. Irish chat should be sleeping. Scrub, not peel. I'm Irish. Peel them. Scrub...
Grew up in Boston, all right? I may be an Italian, but I grew up in Boston. You peel the damn potatoes. It's like how you peel the potatoes like you don't break the spaghetti, okay? You don't break the spaghetti. Don't break the spaghetti, my love. You cannot break the spaghetti. Do not do this. This is illegal in Italy. Thomas, how dare you? How dare you?
Cut in chunks, salt, and eat raw.
You do not break the spaghetti, my love. You do not break it. You must peel the potatoes. You have to peel them. You have to take it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bought the smaller potatoes thinking that meant I didn't have to peel them, so... I guess I'm peeling potatoes tomorrow, chat.
For the fact that it tells us so much, and one of the things it told us was the arrangement of that tank and sort of how good that engine section looks.
You have to
Yeah, they're small, but they're fingerling potatoes.
Clean it looks. It's like the old designs were like...
It's not the size, it's how you peel them.
You can just tell. You can tell it's further along in the pipeline.
You've never... Okay.
Check out that daily video.
Listen, chat.
It should be like one of
This
the
man
last
had never had corned beef before last
half
year.
section flipped.
So how is he gonna tell me now?
Grew up in
How-
Boston.
You were like...
I absorbed that information by proxy,
Jason,
okay?
watch that.
You did not.
And that's why
I come from an Irish family!
Really quick, want to point out something we're seeing. So we pointed out that both the methane and liquid oxygen tanks on the booster have started to get frosty near the bottom.
That specific variety of potato doesn't need
Those
peel.
tanks for the proof test. But we are starting to see some venting from ship 20 stacked on top as well.
They're little
which means
baby
that
potatoes,
UV
chat.
on
Look at my hands
actually
compared to the
also
potatoes.
going into the ship. So this is truly a full stack test. Both stages are going to be proof tested here together on the orbital launch site.
Yeah, we should definitely talk about that proof testing and why they do it and all those things.
Rinse them at the very least.
Well, of course.
Now see.
And like, what's a proof test? Why are they? It's there. I can see it. What proof do you need? Ha ha ha.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Oh god.
Do
But,
not
We
peel.
should talk about that. But right before we do,
You
we have
scrub
another
them and
huge
cut them in
super chat
half.
from WP.
Peel half the potato.
So much, Hokie, for the support. They chimed in with $100 of support, which is absolutely insane.
Wait for the
And there's a
babies to
second
grow
way
up.
machine. Can't have Joss with his robots with his hands now. Can we?
Well, especially if there's not just a bunch of
Yeah, if
cryogenic
you peel the
vegetables.
little ones, nothing will be left. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
Very much appreciate the support.
We're not doing cabbage. I don't like cabbage, and it smells, so we're not doing it. What?
This is now a cooking stream. Just yelled in my face about being Irish. No, no cabbage.
I don't like cabbage. Listen, your family makes lasagna without ricotta, so don't get on me about respecting my heritage.
We use cream cheese, which is the northern way of doing it. Nice try, though.
I don't think that's true.
I'm telling you, it's better. You could think ricotta is better, but it's not. You'd be wrong. And I have pictures to show it. Oh yeah. Yep. I knew this would come in handy. This is why I took this picture. No, B-Money, you see, you're all knocking it, and you don't realize how superior it is.
Just like how our corned beef without cabbage will be superior to those with cabbage.
Ugh, Pops, that's terrible. Swishio, you could sit there. You don't use the ricotta. All right, whatever. You can think whatever you want, dude. It's the better way.
So I think the answer we've decided is not to peel the potatoes because they're small potatoes.
Another vent. I just think you don't want to peel them.
I mean, there's a little bit of that too.
Audrey, if you guys consider it, I'd use the ricotta cheese, you'd be wrong, but that's fine.
Only peel large. That's what I thought.
Yes.
Discovery,
Primo fills her car with 8,000 potatoes. Calculate the value it will take.
An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Skin on potatoes is the correct way to potato. Said the Englishman?
They're small
Sorry,
potatoes.
mate. I don't believe you.
They're small.
I just don't believe you, mate.
They're small potatoes.
I lie for these potatoes.
You lost the case on a peel.
I didn't lose nothing.
That's a pun, too. How small are they? I mean, I don't have it. Where's your banana? Oh. See, chat, look. Banana for scale. Potatoes. I knew that would come in handy one day.
Pops.
What a oh.
Oh, nice. Peel the banana instead of the potatoes. I just wanted to watch Starship Batwoman.
Okay, I can leave now. I'm sorry.
This corned beef better be good.
I hope so. Blame Wegmans if it isn't, because it's theirs. So.
Them poor defenseless baby potatoes, you monster. Primo's the one that's cooking them. I have nothing to do with it. Pog. I love Wegman. That's pretty good. All right. Another big purge at the vent, but 20 is also
Chopsticks. You know, as long as we keep the chopsticks in position.
yeah. Well, it's delicious.
It's sort of a non-issue.
Can we freeze them in locks? Yep.
Yeah, it does look like the lower stabilizers still seem to be attached there from this angle, and it almost looks like there's a spotlight or something on them. You see the really bright spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, if those are still on, I would say the chopsticks would still be in the primary load pins as well. Let me see if I can't damp that down real quick and see through that spotlight. Let's see.
It's nitrogen.
The reason we're looking at this,
we do demo, yes.
Proof testing can be, in addition to just pumping the liquid nitrogen through and seeing if naturally the tank has any leaks or anything, if you apply loads on that same tank, we've seen in the past them put hydraulic rams on the bottom of a vehicle to simulate engine thrust, basically pushing up on the tank with the same force that the engines would be providing if they were firing. That gives you more realistic test conditions to make sure the tank doesn't develop leaks under those loads. They could be doing something similar by putting the ship on top of the booster, and then the booster is under a slightly different load kind of situation when they do the proof test. However, if the chopsticks are holding up the ship, then the booster actually isn't holding that weight. And maybe that's just part of sort of an iterative test. Maybe they'll test it with the chopstick attached and then say, okay, that went well, let's remove the chopsticks, make sure that added weight doesn't change anything. They'll do another one. So yeah, and
this has 29 in the first stage, Chem,
what kind of test they might iterate from
to
complete a complete cryogenic proof campaign with the full stack.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we see them load a little bit into both vehicles, and then at some point the sticks get removed. Once it's like it's heavier or something.
Oh,
I don't really
bent out a super heavy right there.
But who knows what's in the cars
water
for
sheep?
Tonight and for future
water sheep.
Static or no.
Where's water sheep?
And future cryo tests. I'm doing questions. I'm adding questions to the queue as I go, and one of them is about a static fire, and of course that invaded my consciousness. Which I mean, I guess we'll ask it now. Musical Wolves is asking: is the environmental assessment needed before any static fire?
Yes.
I believe. All right. I'm going to say this at the risk of being entirely wrong. I was under the impression that environmental assessment is a precursor to launch license and things like that, but does not preclude ground testing, including static fires. They have done a booster static fire before. They have done ship static fires before. The environmental assessment is not done. The only caveat is if for some reason a full stack static fire still on the ground requires the assessment for some reason.
That does.
That's
I'm
wrong.
The one
He's
part
right.
of the question that I actually know for sure is right now they are limited to the amount of propellant equivalent to what would be in a Falcon Heavy. So, because that is what the original preliminary environmental assessment, the PEA, was done for, was Falcon Heavy. So they're kind of bound by those Falcon Heavy limits at this point, at least in terms of what they can load into a vehicle. Now, could they load a smaller amount than that into
so
the
that
booster and do a static fire with a ship on top? That is my understanding. I could be understanding it correctly. It's been a while since I've read that environmental assessment, so I could be misremembering things. But I think they could do a static fire, but not a full up like wet dress rehearsal or a full up static fire.
Yeah, look at that. It's a little. Cam, it's a little.
If it is a fuel limit,
little baby hopper over there.
And
and then there's this.
Unless,
dude.
See, I'm now thinking of all these hypotheticals.
Cam, it's still boggling my mind that this exists. This isn't like a render or something that we're looking at. You know, if they cryoproof this thing and it works, and then the PEA goes through, this can go into space. That's it. It can fly into space. That's... What the frick, man? What the frick? That thing is freaking huge. What is the most mind-boggling aspect to this tech? You know, okay, what I always tell people about this is, you know, when I first started getting into space, you know, I saw a shuttle launch and I was like mesmerized by it. And, you know, I thought, right, that as I learned more and more about these vehicles, you know, and what they do, like what the shuttle does or what the Saturn V did or what the shuttle did, it's past tense, It still flies in my mind even now. I'm sorry. It's weird saying it in past tense because I grew up with it. But anyway. Tech, what boggles my mind most about this stuff, hi by the way, is that I thought when I started learning about these things that, you know, eventually I might not be mesmerized by them anymore. Like, it might not be as exciting. Like, yeah, nope. No, it couldn't be further from the truth. The more I learn about these things, and the more I learn about what Starship does and what it's designed to do, the crazier it gets. Like, you know, you look at these things with awe, right? And now, like, and I don't know how it works. Now, I mean, I have a pretty good idea about how this thing kind of goes together and stuff. And it blows my mind even more. You know, like, I just thought I'd throw that in before I answer your question. To answer it fully, the chopsticks are insane. That is the most mesmerizing part. The fact that they can lift up Starship and crown this stack, no problem. And they could do it as easy as, like, king me if you're playing checkers, right? Like, it's seemingly simple. But they're remotely integrating a rocket. They're putting it together. There's nobody on the pad. They're putting this thing together from down the street, which is very strange. That's very strange to me, because that's like the stuff that we do in KSP, but it's happening in real life. Yeah, I mean, what they should do is get a schedule set up so they can do it the day after it goes through. Yeah. Well, the 28th, guys, it's the 16th. There's 12 days until the PEA either goes through or doesn't go through. So, give credit to the drones. Drones don't exist. They're birds. SLS is about to fly. Starship's going to fly. Great time for the space program. Yeah, Kem. Yeah. Dude, we do good. Dude, something that I never tried to do is brag about it. It's just downright freaking impressive. You know? That's just the Dunning-Kruger effect, though. There's a point early when you feel confident that you get it. Yeah, that's true, Pops. That has something to do with it. But it's not really about, like, how much I know. Like, rockets always have fascinated me, and now they fascinate me even more. It's not so much about, like, rate of technical knowledge, right? But the more I learn about it, the more crazy it becomes. I mean, like, what really gets me is that this thing can go, right? And it can fire 29 engines from down here. Like, I mean, we haven't seen that yet, but at least that's the plan. Like, it'll be 33 on later variants. 33 of these things all working simultaneously. That's ridiculous, man. That's unbelievable. The plumbing system... I mean, the plumbing system on Super Heavy makes the N1's plumbing look like a freaking garden hose. Like, it's nothing compared to that. This thing is insane. Like, the fact that I know how the plumbing works and how you don't want to get cavitation inside those fuel lines and how you have to keep the pressure up, you have to keep the feed up so the impellers can move the propellants correctly to be able to achieve the high combustion chamber pressures inside of the Raptors is just unbelievable. There's basically a fire hose feeding each one of these rocket engines. A fire hose. The plumbing that goes to the rocket engines generates thrust. Now, I don't know if it would generate enough thrust to push the thing up compared to the rocket engine, but it's literally the fuel lines for these things are a fire hose. Like, a fire hose, you need like 5 or 6 guys to hold that thing in place. It's unbelievable, man. Like, it blows my mind. Yeah, Swishio, they make it look... SpaceX makes it look easy. Look at this thing. What? I'm sorry. Like, the more I understand how this works, the more I'm just like, how does that even happen? How does that even work? How is that possible? It's really... Dude, this is next level stuff, guys. It might not look like much, but... Ilona took up the challenge, and it's working out so far. Yeah. Kem, that's why I always talk good about that guy, man. Dude, the guy's got chops, dude. He freaking works hard. It's unbelievable. And it's not, I know, no, it's not just him. He didn't put this damn thing together himself. But, you know, you surround yourself with good company. That's how great stuff gets done. That's right, B-Money. Yeah. But Kem, if you want to come fanboy about this stuff with me, that's fine. We can do that now. We don't need. All right, have fun with whatever is going on over there. You know what I'm talking about. Frick that guy. This is better. This is better. We'll just follow this from now on. All right, have fun with that. And you said it could fit Skylab in the payload bay? Pretty much, Pops. Yeah, pretty much. Guys, so Pops, all right. Super Heavy, right here, is the size of an SLS core stage. Starship is the size of an external tank on the space shuttle. So let's just, okay, shuttle. So NASA shuttle launch. Okay, let's just go to the images here. The orange tank. That's how big Starship is. Yeah, actually Starship is a little bit longer than the ET. I don't know, Hellfish. We'll see. Starship is that big. It's a 9-meter diameter. Well, 8.4 on the external tank. 9 meters on Starship.
Discovery.
So, what's 8.4? 28 feet. And Starship is like 30 feet. It's not that much bigger. And Super Heavy is about as big as the SLS core stage. And the SLS core stage... the SLS core stage is freaking huge. There it is inside of the VAB. So, literally from the white section down there to the checkerboard. That's how big Super Heavy is. And also, both of these rockets are insane, by the way. Barkwell, 64 months. What diameter was the shuttle? 8.4. How does the fuel get into Starship? Through the quick disconnect. Tech, 32 months. Appreciate you as always answering my question. As a kid watching Mercury launches and a man walk on the moon, this is exciting. Yeah, Tech. You know why? Because we have two. We have that. And that. There's two of them. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. So yeah, Skylab could fit inside of this easily. No problem. They would need a payload bay. They would need a payload bay, some kind of payload bay mechanism to get it inside. But, I mean, you got to remember, hey, Blue Adder, 9-month reset. You got to remember that Starship could just come right back down. You don't need to deploy a Skylab. Just leave this here and then put a 6-axis docking port and boom, you make a space station. It's bigger. Dude, the usable payload volume inside of a Starship, if you put like a HAB module inside of it, first of all, just leave the HAB module in. Don't take it out. Just leave it there. Second of all, this thing is bigger than Skylab. Like I said, Skylab could fit inside of it. So this is like what is it, fellas? I think it's like a third or a fifth, maybe, of the usable ISS volumes. You just launch 5 Starships. Whatever. Launch 5 Starships. Boom. You have a space station bigger than the ISS. I forget, Tomas. It's somewhere around there. Maybe MGB. I'm thinking we'll see a launch probably by the summer, but I could be wrong. At the very least. I mean, Kim, she's a freaking beast, dude. She's a beast. Also, we need this. We need this. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second, dude. Hang on a minute, Chief. And the UI's broken. Yeah, of course the Twitch thing is broken. What's broken? Why'd I gotta get the broken one? Not letting me do. She frosty. Yep. Yep, she's frosting up. Hang on a second. Not letting me do it. Kevin, I'm trying to gift you a sub, but it's not doing it. My dashboard is literally broken. This is awkward. All right, anyway. Dude, just having a fleet of short-term space stations. Yeah, Pops. Yeah. I mean, you use it. You don't even need a damn space station. You don't even need the space station, dude. You just send these up like an airplane doing high-altitude research. Who are you gifting a sub to? Chem. Me_chemical. Jekyll, if you could, I will pay you back later by gifting you a sub later. If you could. Mine isn't working. Purpose-built modular space stations. Yeah, I mean, don't pay me? Whatever. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Hey, Wolfpack, 54 months. You clicking so many times, I hope it won't apply 300 times. I don't care if it does, dude. It's all good.
Discovery,
Oh, Hellbore
go
beat
and
you
throttle
to it. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry. Like, mine, I was going to do it myself. Why is the top of Super Heavy the interstage frosty and not the rest of the tank? It's got 2 fuel tanks in it, Swishio. LOX tank and methane. But, they're filling both of them with nitrogen, but there's two fuel tanks in there. Can you ban that guy? Jackal. Yeah, the thing doesn't. It might apply it a bunch of times, Ken. I don't give a frick if it does. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Stay frosty, my friends. What I find most crazy about Starship is the second stage is almost the same size as the booster. Yeah, Tomas, it is. It's damn impressive. I mean, guys, this is game-changing stuff. Like, this is game-changing. Super Heavy takes all the best parts about Saturn V, or Starship takes all the best parts about Saturn V and all the best parts of the shuttle and combines them into one vehicle. It's a cryo test, Alucard, yeah. Nuts. It's a great shot too, by the way. Yeah, Doom. That's why I'm watching. Yeah, Grav, it's gonna be something. The stars at night are big and bright over Texas. Big Texas sky Ordon. Yeah, that's absolutely a thing. Why do you keep forgetting to grab my work laptop to watch this at home, man? I don't know. That sounds like a personal problem to me, man. Ooh, any updates on the FAA report? 12 days from now. Actually, yeah, 12, yeah, no, the 28th. 10 is 26, yeah, the 28th, yeah, 12 days. Yep. Doom, you just got back from your Vegas trip, was greeted by a BC, oh, that would only boot to BIOS and not detect any bootable drives. Oh, nice. 11 days for the Europeans. Yep, yep. This is a smokestack. It's very cold. You could tell it's very cold because of the way that it is. And you know what, chat? That's pretty neat. Because I'm ugly. Wait, what? Yeah, and by the way that it isn't. Yep. Hey. Thanks for the bits, man. You don't want to inhale that. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Oh boy. She's getting... Oh man. They're starting to fill up the LOX tank. With nitrogen. This is not a full cryo test, guys. Or this is a full cryo test, but they're testing with nitrogen. So they're filling it up with nitrogen. These aren't the actual fuel. So when I say like LOX tank, methane tank, they're not filling the LOX tank up with LOX. It's actually just nitrogen. And Swishy, like I said, this is the bottom. That's the bottom of the methane tank being filled with nitrogen. And that's why you have that band right there.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
This looks so industrial, yet futuristic. Dude, it's a beast. Will they vent it to atmosphere when they are done testing, or will they recapture it? Well, then that's a good question. It's nitrogen. You just vent it. You're breathing nitrogen right now. Like, Earth's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen. Yeah, it's like almost 80% nitrogen that you're breathing right now. So yeah, they can just vent it. It's fine. Now, if it was methane, that's what you would want to recapture. You don't want to vent methane into the atmosphere. That's frowned upon. They're filling the ship or just the booster? They're filling up both of them, King. Look. The ship umbilical is on. That thing's pumping. See how look at all the frost. Dude, there's a full cryo test. Full stack cryo, which is big deal. That's frowned upon. Yeah, Molden, Captain Planet will come kick you in the junk. Yeah, you don't want to vent methane, you don't want to vent hydrogen. They're greenhouse gases. You can, don't get me wrong, you can. Like, it's frowned upon. You know? Predominant gifted a sub to methane. And JD Las Vegas had a sub in there, and then Heavy Metal Rain. You're venting methane right now. All right, Taco Bell diet right there. Yeah, Linprod, that's cool. So Super Heavy and Starship use different umbilicals. Yeah, Swishio, we thought at one point that they would fill up Starship through Super Heavy, but yeah, they ended up not doing that. Yeah, Celtic. Yeah, it's frowned upon. You know? Hey, Dr. Death. Thanks, man. Thanks for the bit.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Easy 29 months. Really want to play trains tonight too. But yeah, they're pumping. This thing is pumping. No trains, only rockets. Rocket trains? You know what's funny? Is water vapor is actually a worse greenhouse gas. That's actually big danger, CO2 and methane and others, that it warms the planet, which evaporates more water, which heats up the atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, environmental effects aside, you would want to scavenge the methane so you can get it back. SpaceX has a solar-powered recondenser. There's solar panels down the street from this, right? Thanks for the bits. There's solar panels down the street, and the solar panels are powering the recondenser. So they could scavenge the methane pretty much for nothing. And in terms of venting liquid oxygen or venting gaseous oxygen in the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one's going to frown about that. Play trains didn't have the rocket in the background? Maybe. Mans with opinions. Thank you for the raid. Pembo, thanks for the bits. What are the size of those grid fins? Wolfpack, 8-foot box pickup bed is about the size. Yeah, and a long bed pickup truck. It's about the size of the bed. No, not fit in it. The size of the bed. Yeah, right. Yeah, the Star Hopper launches. Hopper is over. It's in this shot. If they pan out on this shot, you see it. It's still over there. Hey, Isaac, thanks for gifting the sub to Be Honest. I appreciate it, dudes. Thank you. Post up with the bits. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the support. Make sure you go over and support NASA Spaceflight too, okay? Alright. So once again, Starship is being tanked with nitrogen right now. They're doing what's called a cryo test. You test with nitrogen because nitrogen doesn't make things blow up. If you put liquid oxygen in there or liquid methane in there, the fuel and the oxidizer in there, and then like I don't know, during your cryo test it springs a leak. Yeah, I don't think you. That's the liquid oxygen makes stuff blow up really, really good. Yeah, it really, really makes stuff. And methane, yeah, methane is very flammable. So yeah, you want to test with something that's a little safer, just in case. So they're filling it up with nitrogen right now. But this is one of the first times. Well, this is one of the first times we've seen them tank Starship and Super Heavy right on top of each other. Thanks for all the bits, guys. Hopper's so old now. Yep. Yeah, Thomas has the link for this stream that I'm watching, guys. I have permission to view the NSF stream over here. Yes, Rim. Yeah, SN4 obliterated itself and the pad a little while back. Twitter added a downvote function. Huh. Really? Okay. Ratio. Oh man, now we won't. Yeah, wait, that. I thought ratios were funny as hell. Damn it. Oh, there you go, So Spartan. Yeah, yeah. Neat. Hydrogen is not a direct greenhouse gas, but it reduces the amount of methane destroyed in the lower atmosphere. Ah. Thanks, man. I have it. Great function. Been using it a lot lately. Oh, yeah? Yeah, Kim, I've been liking a lot of tweets that have to do with farming equipment lately. Dude, you know me. I like my industrial equipment. Cryo test, Mammon. How you doing, buddy? How's things? Ratio plus L plus no orbital flight plus likes the red sun. Wait a minute. Screw you, man. Also, it's baseball season, Ian. Are you as hyped as I am, dude? I'm hankering for some sports. I need F1, NASCAR, baseball, hockey, basketball. I don't give a frick. I want to watch sports, man. I want to watch a lot of sports. I'm still waiting for the Farming Sim 22 DLC with those tractors. Yeah. Hey, I like my industrial equipment. What can I say? And plus Bengals lost Super Bowl. Oh, what, dude? You can't kick people from Ohio when they're down like that. They're already at rock bottom. You don't need to make it worse. Damn, man. Oh, that's cool, Tax. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Night Viper, one of these days, dude. Just too many things. Yeah, no. Farming is a very, very industrial thing. Industrial farming, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Oh, Celtic, that'd be sick. Just to see you would love to take you to the sugar plant you work for. Just to see your opinions on stuff like the 40-ton sugar separator dry tank. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Yeah, I'd appreciate that a lot. That'd be really cool. Yeah, no, Hibbit. Can you believe that? Yeah. It looks like a full fuel Spartan from what I can tell, but I'm not sure. I kind of want to stick around and watch this. I was going to play Railroads, but dude, I want to watch this. This is history right here, man. Would you like to start an industrial farm? The world needs more farms. If I had the land, Pops, I would garden. I'm serious about that. And I would stream gardening. Yeah, absolutely. I would be, dude, I'd stream building a greenhouse so we could grow year round. I don't know, Ren. I don't know. Could you picture-in-picture this with railroads? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, Bill, right? It's pretty nuts, dude. They insulate two ways. Yeah, Bill, you know, if I find a house and it has a lot of land, dude, I'll build the... And if it doesn't have a garage, I'll build the garage myself. Don't worry. I have family members. My uncle's a general contractor. He would help me to make sure I do everything up to code and everything. I'd do it myself. Yeah, and we'd stream it. Yeah, stream building it. Absolutely. That in a greenhouse. How about a garage with a greenhouse built in next to it? 5 head. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We should do that. That's a really good idea. It'll be my streaming compound. You know, we could go plants back and forth. Maybe that too, Ren. I don't know. Good lighting, yep. And pipe the exhaust into the greenhouse for that hot CO2. You would be a busy EJ. Well, Tycon, that'd be fun, man. Yeah, no, farming is a lot of work, dude. And don't get me wrong, I'm a city slicker. But, look, and I know this isn't industrial farming. My dad had a garden, and he still does. It's not growing anything right now. He had a garden in the back, and that was like maybe, I don't know, 24 by 12, the garden. And that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work just for that. I can't even imagine what it's like when you're farming like 50 acres. That's a lot of work, dude. That's a lot of work. I respect that. That's a lot of freaking work, man. Tip my cap to you guys. Anybody that does that, that's a lot of freaking work. Get Mason to build out the pipe system for CO2. Now we're talking. You know what farmers have? Potatoes. Yeah. And Bill, my dad, I mean, you've seen that. I'm pretty sure you saw it. To the naked eye, I wasn't going to count it before. That's crazy, man. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I would have liked that. Just don't buy the Lambo tractor. It's not too big. It's just right. You used to have a lot of farms back in the day. Yeah. Build the farm in a shipping container? Yeah. All right. Here, I'm going to put these guys back on here for a moment.
Congrats to Astra and Thomas Fan Club.
Oh, that's cool, Vegas. I like that.
Let's
Goodsy,
see.
thanks for the bits. Tom Cream, thanks for the bits.
Yoda,
Gilmere, thanks for the bits, everybody. I do appreciate it.
Velocitas?
Try to
I
brew
got that
moonshine
right.
from the
They're
crops
saying,
you
do
make.
the GSE tanks have active cooling?
Dude, you know what I would do? Martian. I'd grow potatoes. I'm serious. Martian style. Just because. That would be hilarious. We'd grow potatoes. Ilona's rocket. Yeah. Ilona. Yeah. Which you could make shine from taters. With your, I mean, Smirks, hey, we want to be sustainable. It would smell terrible. Yeah, night out, right? And listen to disco. I love potatoes, Pops. What can I say? I grew up in Boston. Of course I love potatoes. I didn't have a choice in the matter, dude. So, battery farm. How cool would that actually be? To create a closed loop system. That would be, dude, that would be really cool. That'd be a really cool thing to stream. And then meet them when peeled. A bunch of savages in this town. Yeah, right, Enko, that's right. So, biosphere. Yeah, okay, semi-closed loop, but yeah. Man, screw moonshine, just grow marijuana. It's legal here, Sawyer, you can. But it's for personal consumption. Chicken hole base vibes, this whole concept. What is that? Altia, I don't know what that means. You don't peel fresh potatoes. How expensive is this test by estimate? Pretty much calling the electrical bill for operating all the systems, for powering the vehicle, and then however much the liquid nitrogen costs. So, not that much. And don't get me wrong, that probably...
Yep, I'm a writer now. Add that to my list of jobs.
Yeah, there's your byline. There, cite that as your work for the writing there, Jack. I hope that was cool for me to show that.
So good.
Yeah, of course.
You spoiled it. You spoiled the announcement.
What? Oh, sorry. Jeez, I wasn't told. You gotta tell me these things in advance.
So great.
For real though, there is a new Starship article that got published summarizing all the recent happenings in Boca and what's coming up next with this kind of testing. It is actually on the site if you go and check it out. And the headline is not totally bonky's launch time, my dudes, nor was it written by Jack. But NSF's own Chris Bergen did write up a new Starship roundup for today.
Totally bonky.
There you go. That's
I'll do my penance and show the actual article here. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, those articles are super helpful. At least the real ones are.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
You know, if
oh yeah, Cody's lab. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
and you need to get caught up very rapidly.
Yeah, it's funny
for the launch of a Falcon 9 or something. It is extremely useful to read those articles.
True. I found myself skimming the article more than one time before a stream. It's like, wait, what's launching? Oh, internet satellites. Okay, I gotcha.
Yep.
Hey, this is
very way.
Go ahead.
Joss, if you go back to the main page, there's actually another article that we almost got. That's not what I meant, but we should also plug the shop.
Oh, geez. Apparently we're stuck in the shop. Once you end up in the shop, you can't go back to news. Okay, I'm back on the main site. Sorry.
Yeah, just go to the front page of the website. There's another article that was that we talked about earlier. We were talking about the difference between cryoproof testing and the wet dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
And if you just click the NSF logo on the screen, DOS. Maybe.
Is that where I'm supposed to be?
There you go. There.
Okay,
the
yeah, a little delay.
Methalox race article, bottom right of your screen right now.
Oh,
that goes into a lot
one.
of detail about why vehicles are using Methalox as propellant, methane and liquid oxygen, such as Starship, and a quick status update on a bunch of different rockets that are doing that, including Starship. Shameless self-plug because I helped write this one, but if you are interested in more about why methane is becoming a thing, this is a really cool article that myself and Adrian Beal did a lot of work on. So feel free to check it out.
Is it TLDR? I haven't read it yet, but is it partially at least because of how clean methane burns for turbopump purposes and also how cheap it is?
Yes, both of those factors. Methane is really good for reusable rockets because unlike kerosene, it won't clog up your engines after every flight and need to be cleaned out. It burns a lot cleaner. And like we kind of mentioned earlier, methane is a lot cheaper to acquire, which is useful when rockets themselves are getting cheaper and you want to reduce your cost even further.
I'm reading the article.
Well, that latch thing in between the two...
Does anybody else do that? Does anybody else like select stuff while they're reading it?
So Molden, these are grid fins right here. That's the aero control surface for Starship. This is the top of the first stage right here, and that's the beginning of the second stage. This little pin right there, if this is the side of the rocket, this thing is shaped like that. It has a little pin thing right there. And yeah, that's the catching mechanism. Yeah, that's, well, at least we think that's the catching mechanism. Also, DAS, Texas Tank Watchers, and that's Spaceflight. Smoke. The Mars Simulation Project. Oh, cool. Neat. Chicken Hole Mars. Word. That's cool. Where's the mating surface? It's right here. For first and second stage, it's right there. That's where it hooks into the chopsticks right now. Like I said, if this is the side of the vehicle, this is the outside of the vehicle, that's the inside of the vehicle. there's a hook. We're looking at it from kind of an isometric view. But if we were looking at, you're looking at it like this. But if you're looking at it from the side, there's a little pin that comes off of it. The pin is that circle part that's kind of lit up right there. It's kind of a sideways L almost. Yeah, see, frost is accumulating on Starship.
Wait. Look on the QD arm. Are those flashing lights?
Something blowing. It's
I
either
think
flashing
they're
lights
just
or-
like little tags or something on those lines that are getting flown around by wind
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't
I
think they're
couldn't-
lights.
I couldn't tell if it was like venting or lights or what. Like there's a little bit of
Gotcha,
condensation coming off of some of the plumbing.
It also could just be a little bit of vapor coming off a really cold pipe or something.
Yeah.
Jack. Those look like little tags or something that are flapping.
Yeah,
around.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. The
What a cool
crazy
shot.
thing-
Also, this
You see
camera.
that? You see that triangular
No,
platform
Pops,
on
I
the
haven't.
left-hand side? It's got the grid like you walk on.
Yep.
There's not like a rail around that, and there's just people up there working when they were connecting things. There's just workers up there standing on that thing. I guess you just act
Harnessed
like it's
in.
ground level.
It's
So-
pretty wild.
But
I
they're all
think they
tied
do
in,
have.
of course, but
Exactly. I was gonna say. I think they
Yeah.
like clip into something at least, but still, I wouldn't want to like slip and fall off and have my entire life rely on that little clip.
Is that beam held on by a ratchet
one-
strap?
blue.
I don't
on
know.
The diagonal there, it's just like a blue piece of painter's tape or something wrapped on there. There's actually a blue and a red one. I wonder if that means something.
I think those are.
Those platforms seem to be chained back. You can actually see a chain behind the blue.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
that's like a blue and a red tie strap.
I think they're chained down
huh.
because they were
I hadn't
articulating with
closely
the
looked at that before,
the vehicle
There we go.
stabilization
Let's closely
system.
Look at it. We got time. Chat, y'all got time?
Can we look like at the QD arm as a whole at this level of zoom, but basically just pan to the right?
Like pan over? Yeah, sure.
Look at us using pan and tilt properly. I'm so proud.
I almost didn't know which direction to go, but luckily you said pan instead of tilt. See, but really, Jack, the problem is, what is this called then?
Oh god.
Like pilt?
Yeah, that's a diagonal tilt.
Well, it can't be tan. That's already something.
And that's a totally different thing. But yeah, you can actually see. Look back in here. You see those pipes that seem to be either insulated or frosty?
Yes.
There's
That is what
actually
I wanted to
vapors
see.
coming off of that. That's not
Yeah,
tags
those
flapping
because they're
around,
filling
that's
nitrogen
vapors.
through these pipes
That's
right
super
there. Oh,
cool
there's some that
Little
came
ice
off right
just
there.
came off. That was cool.
Neat. Thanks for driving the camera there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Bullfiddle, thank you for the support. They say, what do you think about a sky bridge walkway between the high bay and Y bay? I think that would be really cool. I don't think it'll happen, but
Yeah.
who knows? SpaceX has done weirder stuff.
Yeah, threaded. Yeah, atomic. It's a beast.
Just super neat to see the plumbing that is being used for this test. Frosty all the way back to the tower.
I mean, maybe
Probably
we could look into the tower as
I
well.
was,
I don't know
yeah, I was just about to say, it's probably frosty up and down the tower for that matter.
if we can't locate some of that. It may not be as well lit, so it may be harder to distinguish in the depths of the tower there. But
Did they
I wanna go
cut
to
them,
Wendy's and get
Thomas, or did
Frosty.
they
This
remove
stream
them?
not sponsored
Why
by
would they
Wendy's.
remove the VSS like that? I don't understand. That one I still can't
Yet.
figure out.
yet, nice.
James Jury, speaking of the frost, says, I want to lick the frost. Don't do it.
Don't do
Don't
it. That's
do
a
it.
bad idea. That's a very bad idea.
It's like the big red button. You don't press it. So you do not lick the frosty booster.
They scrubbed the launch because somebody triple dog dared them to lick the booster. Come on. The
You
triple
understand,
dog
Tony,
dare.
Triple dog dare.
Ah! They said don't push the button. I pushed the button.
It's just not well lit in the
Yeah,
middle
can't
of the
discern
tower.
any pipes in there.
Yeah. Maybe lower down where we get out of that work structure, we might be able to see something. But that's why the tower vents. I mean, here, let's go a little bit faster than that.
Neat.
Is that venting coming off the ground? Yeah, that venting
I think so.
looks like it's coming out of the ground.
Look, the expansion.
This is just cool.
The expansion pipe. See that?
Nick
Literally.
Barker in chat says patilt for the answer to your
Patilt.
question there.
But tilt. You don't pronounce the P. It's just tilt, but it's
It's
tilt.
it's
Tilt
patilt.
with a, yeah, as the P is silent.
Arrows
Yeah, it's
point
like
to the cut.
pterodactyl. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, Thomas, they
way
did.
Too much. I'm an idiot.
They did section those things off. They just cut them. Why would they cut the VSS like that? I don't understand. We're just like, yeah, we don't need that. like, wouldn't they just leave him there or something? They must have found something with that they didn't like. I don't know.
That system works.
Could be. I'm not Space Catholic, so I wouldn't know. Let's see.
What?
Musical Wolves asking how many cams can fit on a starship. I'm getting ears of corn vibes about this question. I don't think we have done a volume calculation on cameras to figure that out. But thank you for the support, Musical Wolves.
A lot.
Yeah. Suffice to say, a lot. Wesley Heron, thanks for the
Nice,
support. It's a
Liquidator.
question about the Kennedy flyovers. Looks like you guys can fly over Roberts Road, but I'm guessing you can only get so close to the launch pads. That's correct. You
I don't know,
can't
Brad.
necessarily fly straight over KSC and get really close to the launch pads. So that is how that goes. But luckily, we are able to fly above and around the Roberts Road site where SpaceX is building basically Starbase East or Starbase Florida or Starbase 2.
Yeah, Thomas, right?
Or whatever you want to call it. I
Like
guess
a
if you watch enough Star Trek, they do call Starbase by numbers. So maybe Starbase 2 is what we should go with.
I still like the idea of Boca Chica being like
geez,
Starbase
Brandon.
Boca Chica, and there'd be like a Starbase Kennedy or something. I don't know what you want to call it.
宮城県白
But,
石
you know,
Let me
that
see.
would be a great naming convention
Oh,
for Starship
jeez.
Spaceport.
That is what I would go with if you ask me. But Star Trek is kind of swaying my thinking at the moment. But no, I completely agree.
Damn,
like
dude.
Starbase Boca Chica and Starbase, I don't know, maybe Starbase Florida, just because it's so concise. Like rather than
But
having to
then
say
what if
Starbase
they
Kennedy
put a
Space
Starbase
Center.
in like Miami or something, Earth-to-Earth transportation, you know?
That's fair.
Ouch.
Well, okay,
You
so
don't want
then
to be
we
too
get
vague.
Then we get into the philosophical question of what is a starbase? Is a starbase where starships are manufactured and launched, or just launched, or
Ah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, do you have like
maybe
a sub-star base or something?
yeah, like maybe if it's just a launch
Doing a
site
cryo
or
test,
a landing
Liquidator.
site, you call it like a star fort.
Port? Starport?
Starport's not bad, but
Star-
it's not going to any other stars.
Here we
Going
go.
to other stars.
Here we
One
go.
star.
Here we
It's not
go.
even going to one star.
It's
It's
going
just
on a
going to
roll.
planets. Like, come on. I know that's a common complaint.
Quit sucking the fun out of the room. We're all over here having fun. Stop it. But you're right. Let's see. Mike Hatfield, thanks for the support so much and for the kind words. They say, so glad to see what you all do. Thank you. I know it's a lot of work to do what you all do. It really is, believe it or not. But I don't think any of us begrudges the hard work. I think we all feel, don't want to speak for everyone here, but I have a feeling I do. I think we all feel very lucky to be doing what we're doing and able to cover this stuff like we do, and just very, very grateful for y'all's support so that we can do it.
Yeah, Smirks. I think that's a good enough reason.
Yeah, I'm just hoping we get most of the big infrastructure work done before summer comes back around down at Boca.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
buddy.
summer in Boca, not a joke.
Yeah,
Can't
that's a tough time to be doing work outdoors, and we were deploying a ton of stuff last summer because of y'all's support. We were able to really expand our operation down there, and it's hot. That's the only thing you can say. It gets hot out there.
A wise man once said, well, the Texas sun makes my back burn. Well, the Texas sun makes my back burn. Yep.
I'll hang out in Death Valley in summer before I'll hang out in Boca in summer. Just
The
maybe
two
not.
that are facing out like
But
this,
you
Bandit,
get my
yes.
drift.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Cryo
Let's
test.
see what do we got here.
Italian guy.
Josh Ritterhoff. Thank you for the generous
Ah,
support.
nice.
They say, Jack, lucked out seeing a pair of Mirage F1s take